Oi, oi. Good to see you guys. Welcome back to Flat Earth British Think Tank. Good to see you guys. Sounds like my comms are in order. Wiggly, squiggly flat thumbs to you all, guys. Welcome back. This is going to be a especially good show. It's going to be a mind blower, all of it, really. So I'm going to share the think tanks. I have a Bletchley level think tank that I've been brainstorming with all week, and the results of which I'm going to present tonight. Now, what I'm going to talk about tonight is sensitive a subject, and it can be pretty sad by nature. I will give a positive spin on everything if that is even possible. But this is not a conspiracy. This is not a conspiracy. This is happening. And it's just mind-blowing. I'm going to talk about all that later. First, news. How bad is Great Britain right now? Well, is it really a totalitarian state? I don't know. What about thought crimes? Like, having thoughts in your mind that may not be legal thoughts. Is that even a reality? Well, it seems so, because news on the Truth of Grapevine and for YouTuber content providers take heed of what I am saying. I just shared just now on the Grapevine, basically Jason just made a post that Funky Prepper, who probably will watch this show and will be in chat, although he won't be able to comment, who's Darren, who's in Wales. You probably know Funky Prepper. He got arrested. He got arrested for 30 words on YouTube. By meaning like race-connected subjects, which I would never do. And he's got arrested. He's in deep shit. So YouTubers, take note. Yeah, if you've got any sort of opinions, I don't think YouTube on the public domain is probably the best place to air your views in a totalitarian society, which is really fucking off the radar shit. Holy shit, isn't it? It's just that off the radar. I just can't even fucking believe it, really. If you're thinking about, putting the deeper context of what is going on here. Oh my shit. It's like really bad. So all the best to you, Da, if you're out there in a lovely woolly backland up in Wales. Stay safe, and we're sending our love to our truther brothers out there. So hi all, welcome all. So yeah, shit, tonight. Oh my god, I'll do this. I'm gonna start here. Okay, now obviously don't remember much about my birth, guys. Okay, but apparently it all went okay. I'm not sure if I at birth was actually separated from my mother at birth, but one thing I do know is my sister Heidi definitely was. Now there's some funny stuff that has been going on with the way that they carry out our birth. I'm not talking about all the sovereignty connections. I'm talking about the actual procedure itself. Apart from possible blood swabs that are shipped off, what about the blood when you have bloods taken off a doctor? Have you ever wondered what happens to them? Oh, well, they probably say they get destroyed. Destroyed how? How do you fucking destroy blood? You pour it down the plug hole. Anyway, but to get back to the point, my mother nearly died giving birth to my sister. My sister was a rhesus negative baby. She had a very rare blood, monkey blood, blue blood. And my mother nearly lost her life. And she was 6 weeks before she even set eyes on my sister. I mean, they zipped my sister off to, we don't even know where. And that's another thing that gets me is when they take away, because I remember, the only experience I've got is when my son was born, and he was born through cesarean section. They wouldn't let me go in and hold her hand. They said, even though I would have been fine, with the procedure to witness it, I mean, I had to watch it from behind like a screen, a window. As soon as you come out, it was, hello, here's your baby. Everybody give it a kiss, cry, off it goes. Now, how many babies did they actually take away and then stick them all in these rooms full of other babies? Have there ever been anybody that's been given the wrong baby back? Because let's be honest, a lot of babies, they look pretty much the same, don't they? And if you're crying, you just give birth. You never had a good look at your baby. You give your anybody's baby back, or even a replacement baby. Now, there is something sinister going on with this birthing process. The whole trippiness of the, even going as far as anointing the baby into the Phoenician paradigm through baptism, etc., is a really strange sort of voodoo magic there. But there's something else going on with the birthing. And it is the separation of the child and the mother. Now, if you have your birth at home, like my friend Mel, she's had all her daughters at home. You can just hold your baby. You ain't going to have it taken away. And then there's this bond, this spiritual bond, a divine connection that happens between mother and baby. If you take that divine connection away, studies have shown that up to 90% of people that have disattachment trauma taken away from their mothers, a lot of them end up with schizoid conditions, drug addictions, alcohol reliance, trying to fill this gap, this spiritual connection that is no longer there because it got disconnected at birth. Now I can feel it off you guys. I know you're feeling what I'm saying. Yeah, so they are doing that. And that divine connection is separated. Now, not only is there a huge amount of people that are affected by this disattachment trauma. There was a study done with chimpanzees, and they took chimpanzees' babies away and see what happened to the chimpanzees. And do you know what they did? They lost their shit. I mean, banging their heads, going nuts without their babies. And people seem to be the only species that are affected by postnatal depression. Some mothers give birth to their babies. They can't stand the fucking sight of them or the smell of them. Get that baby away from me. This is quite normal for mothers to have. The doctors will say this is quite normal. You'll bond later. But in some cases, the bonding never happens. And there's always that estrangement, basically stuck with a family full of strangers you don't even feel that much for, and they don't feel much back. And that is a lot of cases, guys. There's some cases, families that haven't had that disattachment trauma, which does spin off into all of these different realms of bad experience through trying to fill that gap that is taken away from you, and that can be replaced by materialism. They have been farming human beings. They've been repopulating this realm with human beings, and not just one. This is an ongoing thing. If you look into Himmler's Ledensborn project, it'll blow your mind to think about the expanse. And they were just copying their model off an American eugenics model, where they were so impressed because some of the Southern American states in the 1920s, 1930s were sterilizing 30,000 people who were alcoholics, non-desirables in society, to eke out the weaklings in society for a superior race. Just like what Himmler, based on his pseudo-religions, was trying to achieve, a superior race. If you do research into Nazis' achievements with cloning, for example, no AI will say, oh no, this is quite impossible for humans to be cloned, Well, Hollywood sort of spins a different narrative. They seem to think it's really possible, don't they? Dr. Mengele, who apparently went to South America, he had a fascination with twins. And if you know the film Boys from Brazil, apparently they DNA spliced the blood of Adolf Hitler, making a load of Adolf Hitler clones all over the realm with different parents that were being watched by an anomalous power who was the Fifth Reich or the Fourth Reich, who were in control or are at the time. So back to the eugenics program. So yeah, these been carried out. Now I found a really unbelievable paper. I shared in the link earlier. One of my subscribers was reading it, Darren, and it was like Darren said, Brian, was saying, this is like, just crazy. The amount of effort that people have got this evidence together concerning the mental institutions, which is another byproduct of this attachment trauma, is mental illness. The mothers, even with, I don't think a woman ever gets over an abortion. If they ever have them, I think they're traumatized till they die with that. But if you look into this subject, the amount of women that just had their babies just taken the fuck away from them because society said that they weren't up to keeping these babies. These babies go off in their tens of thousands to God knows where. Orphanage asylums, which there are hundreds of, and there are thousands and thousands of these children have been snatched away from their parents for no good reason other than economic reasons. Yeah, she was too poor to look after it. We thought we'd do it a favor by giving it away to these rich elite people, which they did often. And we know about the orphan trains. We're going to dig into all of that. It is sad, but it is going to be told, and I will tell this story because I just feel that reaching through time, the story needs to be told, is what I feel. So as not to be forgotten. Okay, because the information is changing rapid and the history's being rewritten real time, guys, and look at the news in the last month. We were, the Israelis were at war with these, and the Arabs were going to war with them, and now there's a war in Syria, and then Russia were going to have a nuclear war with America, and they're in the Ukraine. It's like every single fucking day is a different narrative. You don't even, and exactly the same things happens in the Big Brother's 1984 book. The war with Eurasia, East, Europa, and it just spins back and fucking forth, and it's just all span out by them, the Tavistock, if you want to call them that, the social engineering program. So you get the kids and you clone them, because if they're not cloned, there's something else going on, because the pictures I'm going to show you now, they look the same. And not only that, they dress the same and they act the same, and it is just like Stepford Wives. In fact, it's just like Village of the Damned. You ever seen that film, Village of the Damned? These bred certain mentality to obey, and with materialism in mind, because they have no emotion. They've been bred to be a narcissist, bred to be a schizoid, through the separation and the uncaring, the nanny nature, and probably being shouted at. And my wife, God rest her soul, well, she grew up in care, an Irish lady, and she was brought up by nuns. And I said to her when she was telling me all about it, and what were the nuns like? She said they were unholy bastards. Unbelievable bastards is what she told me. And I believe her as well. Cruel motherfuckers is what well, she would never swear. She was a Catholic, actually, and she was always doing that, practicing Catholic. So as all Irish people are, really. 7 months. So I don't think it's a conspiracy. I think they're doing it. The stuff that's going on with the blood, the overlapping with these, the weird sovereignty where, where birth, it goes into the birthing canal, and all of the links with the sea maritime world. And then after that, with the, as with the birth certificate, lost at sea, all of that caper, but it goes a lot deeper than that. This is a weird kind of magic, and it has, oh, God forbid I should say it, it has something deeper down in there that just sings or rings of, oh, fucking hell, some deeper, darker magic, Zoroasterism, for example, along them lines. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get into sharing a few of you. Okay, D. Hanson's in the house. And I hear India Wilson is in bed and not well. So we're going to send special big loves and warm cookies to India Wilson, our holistic media lady. There's Marianne. She's in the house. You're warm and coochie, Marianne? It's a bit parky. It's a little bit warmer today. Catherine Muscati's in the house as well. Good to see you, lovely. Bob Sykes, our resident. I am not my legal fiction. Indeed. I don't, it's not something I talk about. In fact, I got to make an official statement now for the government record. I love my government. No, I do. I do love my government. And I love everybody out there equally. Okay. And I do as well. No, I don't. I hold the whole world in contempt. Where am I from? Okay. But it is going to be tricky for the truther community if that shit's going down, guys. Being hot-headed truthers the way we are, sometimes, even I, just splurge your mind, your thoughts at that moment, and well, that could be enough to end you. So there's that. Romany Bread, love you, brother. Good to see you, my friend. And Herbie von Humboldt is in the house, and Annie Boyd. Plenty of dealings with evil nuns too. If you kick them in the bollocks, that's always a good. I like them California ganja nuns. They're pretty funky. I can't imagine them getting up to anything too gnarly. But you don't see too many nuns roaming around where I come from. But yeah, fucking Mother Superiors they had in them days. Total bastards. Real narcissistic fucks. And that's part of the paradigm. Religion does exactly the same. It desensitizes people away from loving one another and they're giving their love over to again with these entities, the government entities, these different entities, just an invisible third dimension or a third party thing for everyone to give their energy away to instead of standing in their own power, which is what this is all about, I think. In this, whatever this is, they call it the Truth Movement, for want for a better word. Yeah, it's along those lines, isn't it? So, Machiavelli. Yeah, so I'm going to get into some pictures very soon, guys, and get this juice running because I don't want to be there forever. Good to see you, Marcel. Marcel. And you. Do others as you would have them do unto you. It's good saying that. Jesus had a lot of good sayings, mind though, bro, didn't he? Love thy neighbor, though. I'm not so sure about the love thy neighbor thing going on. I got again, we're going to talk about the mentally ill later and the massive amount. You're not even going to believe that bit. But they're all around me. I got one in there. He's pretends he's on an invisible motorbike, goes vroom, vroom, vroom in the street, waves at moving cars. And the other one, she's a biter. She fucking bites people. They're all around. He's just what? I love them, but just don't bite me. Okay. It is. And this turn the other cheek thing, yeah, fuck back if I game of soldiers. That's not a very good survivalistic instinct, this turn the other cheek. That's like I'm gonna get my ass kicked in the next fucking 10 minutes if I don't change my strategy. That's what that is. Yeah. So each their own. Anyway, I'm not really bothered about any of it really. I'm just doing me. I'm just passing through. I'm giving my opinions, my research. I've got like crazy level of decoding going on, which is just the most mind blowing. Once you get it, it's just like no going back really. Carrie Cameron, Dragon Sage. Okay, let's go and get some juice. I'm calm my ass down because there's Simo, bro, lives in Glasgow. She's going to take me through some caves in Glastonbury Top, which are doing absolutely fantastic, and I will do that in the future. Okay, hopefully. Yes, wiggly flat thumbs, Martha. That is, what does it mean? We don't actually know. It started out as flat thumbs, and then one day I just wiggled them, and it went into wiggly flat thumbs. I don't think it actually got any deeper meaning. Not that we've actually thought about it. It's quite nice. It gives you a nice fluffy feeling. Nothing Nobody's going to get their head kicked in with a wiggly flat thumbs. And there are many wiggly flat thumbists amongst us in the realm. Donald Trump, King Wiggly Flat Thumbist. And a lot of people are telling me that Joe Rogan, he's not wanking under the table. He's wiggly flat thumbing. He's like that. He just can't even help himself. It's like a magic spell. I'm just stuck in his head with a wiggly flat thumb. Maybe that's what's going on. Yeah. Maybe I'm mind controlling them all, guys, with a wiggly flat thumb. Yeah, it could be that. Could be that. Ooh, Lemony woman. Good to see you, lovely. It's 144. It's 120 as well. Okay, it's a changing round quick. YouTube just shit out a load of weird new stuff this week. I can't even keep up with it, guys. It's just, I'm like, uh-oh. It's really fucked up. This is like on the last week. You want to see it, guys. It's just, what the fuck? If you're an actual content provider on YouTube, you're scratching your head wondering what you're going to do. Mr. Marmite, which means some like them. Some like Marmite, some don't like Marmite. I totally get that. I'm the same. I'm Marmite. I'm really popular amongst American Christian fraternities, I'm finding. Yeah, they really love me. Wendy Burger, good to see you. We love you too, Wendy. That's very nice. Aww, we love him on me. Let's have a big love off. Fuck them, innit, guys? Yeah, let's do a YouTube loving. Yeah, fuck them. Let's have a loving. Yes, the news this week is awesome. It's just craziness going on widely in the world. The news is this is going to be a fantastic week. I just love you. I love your positive attitude. See how he rises above it all like, hey, there's nothing going on. It's the best way, actually. Ignorance is bliss. That's another thing that they say wrong. You know, there's been a lot of misinterpretations with the Bible, guys. Yeah, Jesus said this and that. He said, Jesus loves you, when really it was Jesus loves the Who, obviously. Yeah, it was the greatest rock and roll band that was, maybe. Don't know. Hi, Linda. Love you too. Thank you for being here. Let's got Kathleen and Kay's in the house. Kay's the catalogue. I was going to sing an advert then. This is not Demolition Man. Drum Dome. Okay, listen. My head's just splatted out. I'm going to have to come back from outer space. Okay. Apparently, the news is there is an Antarctica because Jerin is there, freezing his bollocks off. No place for a Californian, apparently. But yeah, they lived. Hope you never watched the film The Thing. Isn't it freezing over in the UK? Goldie, no, this is only like 7-8 degrees. That's fuck all for a Welshman. Fucking hell. We're like literally designed to live in the bottom of a fish tank here in Wales land. I mean, the wettest city in Britain, so we're always wet. Terry. Okay. But we're not drips. Greg Hunter, Desty, Led Zeppelin is away. Right, so last night, yeah, something I like to do. I sat there in front of my entire music collection on my computer, in my comfy chair. Got my nice cup of tea. I went through all my music. I was fucked. I couldn't think of anything to listen to. I was going to stop at Bjork. I was like, oh, no, don't think I could listen to her. I ended up stopping on Brian Ferry, fucking Roxy Music. I like a bit of Roxy. And a bit of Yellow, because who doesn't like a bit of Boris, eh? Who invented techno? And same old things, Creedence or Neil Young. I don't seem to like anybody anymore. I tried Led Zeppelin the other day, Led Zeppelin 2, Greg, and I was just like, I don't know. Maybe it's because Robert is a plant. God, they chose him fucking well, wrote a plant, didn't they? Fucking hell, didn't they? Bill didn't want to go with it, so what happened to him? No, good to see you. Much love to you. Wiggly flat thumbs. Iggy was all right. He just done his own thing. He still does, don't he? He's mental as fuck. I love Iggy Pop. Yeah, Joe, AC/DC, best rock bands in the world all time. Yeah, okay. Stop right there. I agree with you, okay, on this. That in my head, there's AC/DC is the best band in the world. Okay, in my head. Same as you. Until this recent post-Rona tour that they did. Have you watched it? Okay, well, I don't want to see. He can't even lift his legs, can he, Angus Young? And his brother's popped off this mortal coil. He's now headlining in hell. But a poor old Angus, yeah, he's like fucked, isn't he? And Brian, it sounds like he's gonna just rupture himself if he tries to reach a note. It's embarrassing. In fact, they look like a tribute act of themselves, which is what all bands actually do become, including the Rolling Stones and even the Who. I hate to say it, but it's true. They're like a tribute act of themselves. You see better tribute acts. So yeah, they were great. Okay, on the level of great, like Status Quo great. Okay, but no, not anymore. See, I can't even find anybody that's any good anymore. I don't even know what to do. The Zootons are playing in Cardiff. Hope they never sold out. You're all right, isn't they? Anyway, it's not a good time to just fucking go on. Just go into some juice. This is going to blow your head. Okay, I'm going to start here. Baby farms are a thing. And I've shown it for the great expositions, but I want to talk about these incubators that they tell us give us this exponential growth, guys. Let's just have a think about that, right, in a minute when we get to incubators, because there's something off with that narrative. Let's have a little think about it together, is it? So here, English hospital, 1914, just prior to the First World War. Going to need a lot of men in the First World War? No. 1 million men in Britain alone die. And here is a replacement population, all going to be separated, boys and girls, into different classes, and a one-room school teaching education system with the new books brought in for the new history. How don't you mix them up? How don't you mix them up? Can you see me? Am I sharing screen? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay. I didn't share screen. Fucking stupid me. Anyway, here. Sorry about that, guys. If you're wondering what I'm looking at this bit of video. This is not. Somebody just went past my window, but I'm a story in the air, so that'd be probably really difficult to do. Okay. They never determined who I was going to be, if that makes any sense. You know, it was more about I'd like to do something great for everybody, which is what I'm doing. So there you are. So think about this, guys, a minute, really. Now, incubator babies at the World's Fair, and we know that the actor, the comedian, oh bloody hell, Seinfeld, his father, apparently was one of these incubator babies. Others too. Can't remember. Maybe Whoopi Goldberg, somebody else. Anyway, so they're saying here, although this is really badly written, this for the World's Fair. I notice everything is immaculate in the World's Fair except for this really coarsely black painted sign thing. 12 months growth in 1 hour. So what? You got a 24-year-old in 1 day? Is that how it works, or is it just you just get the 12 months in 1 hour and that is it? You take it out. So how does that even work? You wouldn't have your learning processes. If you'd have a 24-year-old newborn baby's brain, you wouldn't know how to do shit. You'd be shitting yourself, a 24-year-old. So I'm not sure how that even works. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But they're saying that these, that's a really poor sign, baby incubator, 12 months growth in 1 hour. Now, if that's real, you could repopulate an entire realm in a matter of weeks, guys, or years. I want to talk about where all these people are coming from, where all these arrivals are coming from. You know, we've been talking about underground, but if you think about, you know, Village of the Damned, Stepford Wives, these brainwashed, puritanical people that are just, you know, a little bit too conservative for their own, you know, their own good. You know, they're just holier than now, purer than fucking pure, and they all think the same, but they're complete emotionless, narcissistic bastards. And this boy is like, what the fuck is this that's just arrived? I don't like it. It feels wrong. They say that Tom Thorpe got Radiohead was a baby changeling. They said he got replaced by a a fairy changeling. You know, these babies all mixed up in a bunch like that, like in that video I just showed you. How do they even know which baby? They got them tagged, that's right. They have tags on their wrists, don't they? So yeah, La Femme, baby fams. Now you've seen some of these, some people, YouTubers talk about the Cabbage Patch Kids, which is a link to, obviously not saying that they're suggesting that they're born in fucking cabbages, but they're suggesting there's a link between babies and fams, which there is, because they really did exist. And if you get to the late 1800s, you can see all of these broken old men, mentally ill. So they were all maybe 60, 70-year-olds. All of these would have been born around the 1812 mark. All of these are reset children, and they are all in an asylum. And these asylums are huge, and they're outside every single city in Christendom. And they are all buildings, and they are for one sole purpose, is to lock people away. And it's usually people who think for themselves. It's usually people who don't really want to obey. People who see through the lies are frowned upon, and then they end up in these places, broken by society. Society won't have that. Good morning at the baby fold. Is baby hospital. Now, and the one thing they did do is they brainwashed them. They give them the same, maybe a religious theology. In the case of, and I don't want anybody to make the mistake of connecting anything I'm going to say with Adolf Hitler, because anything from the Ledensborn program and anything connected with anything that's bad that is connected with Germany and the SS is Himmler, which is more in line with what Nostradamus said. He said Hessler, didn't he? It sounds more like Himmler than Hitler. But anyway, whoever was the adjutant, making my own mind up about that. But the evidence still stands that Himmler initiated a program at Ledensborn. And the idea was that he was going to take over the whole of Asia. He was going to populate it with superior beings. Let me just come back a second and lose that off the bottom of the page. That drives me fucking mental. My OCD just can't stand that, guys. Fucking thing in the bottom. In fact, no offense. I love you, love Stu joke, but wow, man, I gotta take that off. Spoiling the old fucking aesthetic. Maybe. So, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. So yeah, Ledensborn project is to repopulate the entire of Asia with a superior being. And they were to be fathered by members of the SS, the men of the SS, and they were to impregnate women with these babies. And these babies were taken away from their mothers. The mothers, they weren't thought of as whores. They were allowed to continue back into society. And they were helped by the state and made wealthy and given lives for reproducing these in the 1930s, Aryans, if you like. The Hitler Youth and the female version were employed in taking care of these SS Ledensborn, which were parentless. They were state babies, bred and purification program, and superiority cleansing, which expanded. They expanded the Ledensborn program openly in Norway during World War II, and as far as I know, they carry on with this stuff, and in other countries as well in Europe during World War II. These huge baby farms were introduced where soldiers would impregnate young women to make new Reich for the whole of Asia after they take it over, which they failed to do. And there was a special ceremony with the weddings of these SS, and they had to be traced back to 1744, and have no Jewish blood in their bloodline. So it was all about blood purity, and it was all about racial purification. So it's not only the Germans that have been thinking along these ways. A lot of African nations, you know, look at Rwanda with the Tutsis and the Hutus. There's other places, the Ceylon with the Tamils and its indigenous populations. Other places that have these racial purity sort of programs initiated in their countries, and Germany was just the same, and they were just copying the model that had been brought out in America in the 1920s and 30s that they thought they were impressed with. Eugenics. Sterilization followed in the 1930s, the sterilization of what they considered useless to the Reich. So that was disabled, really badly mentally handicapped babies and children and people would be sterilized so they don't reproduce, and in some cases they would be killed. And then these young mothers that would just be bred to work on these farms, the Nazi baby factories. They were, like I said, they were in Norway. I think they set some up in the Baltic states, but only for a short period of time, using people from Russian Baltic states. Some people, like in the Ukraine, followed the doctrines of fascism, and some of the Balkans as well. So they were quite happy to go into these sort of programs, as you can see here. The happy little people of different places, all with this new world order that was being unraveled. A new world order of superior, better intellectually, physically, but completely without emotion. Completely devoid of that divine connection to spirit, to parent. They replaced it with the same feelings, but towards state. And in this case, the Führer, who was given divine providence. You can see that girl just looking at him. She's thinking, oh my God, you know, him maybe miles away thinking, I got a bad feeling about all this. Where did it ever go wrong, eh? So I'm guessing some of them weren't all that happy with basically being prostitutes to rear babies in these camps, but there were tens of thousands and many, 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 many babies that were born and are still there today in Norway and in these countries and in Greater Germany. Many babies that are grown up now and 60-year-old, which were out of the baby factories of the Reich in the 1930s. They would be in their 80s now. Here you can see them here. So these are people were selling babies off. You could have a baby delivered by post in America in the 1920s. Use a vendor of a baby just for sale outside a building, but they used to drop them off outside of orphanages, or just come and buy a kid. These are pissing us off. They haven't stopped crying. Or give your children to the church. It's nobody's child. I will take care of it. Awesome. Like they did with my missus. Fucking nightmare. And then the one room education system, and they separated the men from the women. Separated at birth, it creates manufactured materialism. Like I mentioned, them experiments with monkeys. Monkeys that go batshit crazy, separated from their babies, from their parents, like this. And then what you find is, if you're removed from your parents' love and denied that divine connection, separation from God within, that will have a damning effect to the rest of your existence. The search for that big hollow gap in you inside you can't fill, you don't know what it is, and fill it with drugs or whatever in this place offers, limited, and never being able to fill it. And all you really wanted was the love and deep connection of parent, love of your mother and your father, which many people in this place do not get. If they do, well, you're exceptionally lucky. I never. My mother loved me, but she loved to batter shit out of me and my sister on a fucking daily basis too. So there's that. There's a huge difference between the people of the 1930s and the nuclear families of the 1950s. You can just see it in their faces. But these people, these orphans, they cut all their hair exactly the same way. They dress them all in exactly the same way. In fact, these look like they might be even sisters, but I guarantee they're probably not. These two maybe, yeah. But they make everybody look uniformic, like military, and exactly the same. This is another way they break everybody down, is uniformity and no individuality. So they tell us that incubators were used to save babies. Like now in the modern days, they take it out, they put it into a modern day incubator, which doesn't have a 12 months growth in 1 hour thing going on. But they do say it'll help bring the baby on if they're premature, etc., if they've been induced, whatever, or if they're a little baby. But if they keep that detachment away from their parent for long periods, they will become this type of person, detached from their divine connection. Now, they do it on purpose. They take the babies out of the wards, and their reasoning is for it, oh, the mother's got to get asleep. You can't have crying babies on the ward all night because nobody will get asleep. So they literally take them all out, put them in this room with all of the babies like this together. You know, pick out the right one when you give it back, please. Like I said, they got these little bracelets on in the modern day, but I'm not sure about the old days. And let's be honest, guys, these little mites, God love them, they got no chance, have they? They're completely defenseless. They're in the hands of the evil people who put this terrible plan together. Baby incubators, child life section. And there's a word here in the middle that has been erased, which again, just from that photograph, gives me that there is something really sinister going on here, guys. Okay, you can see that there are babies in here. This is a very, very futuristic sort of thing going on. I noticed with Hollywood movies, one thing they always show that never seemed to have materialized was cryostasis. You know, everything from Mortal Kombat to Running Man. You know, there's so many films actually with cryostasis. And have we got that? What about cloning? What about cloning a baby and replacing it and then giving it back to his mother, a soulless child? It's out of the way for ages. How do we even know what's going on? I remember when my son was born, this nurse come out and she stuck a pin in his, or something in his foot. And I, I kept my shit together. I don't want to be, the last place you want to go schizo is in, the maternity ward. So I'm like, whoa, love, what the fuck was that? She won't keep it down. She said it was just a vitamin booster. I'm like, what? Yeah, really? Can you prove that? And she just gave me the stinkiest fucking look you can imagine and just like literally shrugged off with my son and left the room. I was like, whoa, that was fucking weird. And that was just as he's arrived. He's been in the world 5 fucking minutes and they just pulling that shit on with me. I'm like, okay, I'm not happy. She was breaking her heart. I was breaking my heart and they took him off to wash him or whatever they do. I don't even know. That I don't trust. And I got good reason, guys. I've witnessed all what goes on in these places in 2019. God help me, I never knew about, what was going on. And this is what they care about. They couldn't get 2 fucks for any of us. So breeding programs are definitely a thing, and this detachment and this creation, there's loads of tools they're using, but this is definitely a one of them, guys. Okay, the separation. They are doing this, and this, this important bond that we have with our parents. There's some really sinister stuff going on in World War II with the breeding programs to get this superior race of blonde hair, blue eyes. Although Hitler, he wasn't even German, was he? He was a friggin' Austrian, and he wasn't even blonde hair and blue eyes, was he? He was pretty dark, actually. So here they are, the nannies, and you can see plenty of Disney films. Mary Poppins. What's Mary Poppins? She's a nanny for the elites. You ever seen Bedknobs and Broomsticks? Orphans again, Orphan Annie. All of these Disney films with these caring witches that are the nannies, the nanny states. I'm not sure what's going on with this Third Reich picture here. I think they might have swapped their clothes. Some things will never change. Do, 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 do. So Da Vinci did a study of the human anatomy, didn't he? And also the birthing process, which to my mind is the most trippiest thing that is in this realm. I can't even get my head around the women actually have small human beings growing inside them. It flips my head out. And then they actually give birth to them out of whole. And then there's like, these babies are here, little, yeah, and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then they're like people eventually. It's just like, what the fuck is this place? Anyway, so it starts out like this, you know, we start out in water, as you know, and then you come out into gasping for breath like a fish out of water, until your lungs, adjust to the thinner viscosity fluid that we are now in. So there's that. So yeah, there is something trippy going on. Like I said, cesarean Caesars are one thing, but what if there was something going on in the past with delivering, like they look like the Thing, don't they? They were just maybe growing babies out of their sides like growths, or even, like the homunculus. Babies they said that with Adam and Eve. They said that Adam was born out of his rib. How would you get a woman just popping out? DNA splicing. Okay, so somebody said in comments earlier, what sort of DNA would be required? Well, I believe athletic DNA. And they don't want the population too smart, but they want it with good cognitive abilities. Yeah, but not too smart. Because too smart would be harder to control. And remember, all academics, poets, any intellectuals in Russia were killed by Stalin on the purges. Remember that. Germany did a purge on his intellectuals as well. Okay. Perambulators. You can see this lady with a newborn baby. She probably did give birth to it. Not jump to conclusions. No, another thing they did was ship these families and these people out worldwide. They say to populate it. Well, yeah, to populate a post-reset world. There is no way in a billion years that them buildings in Australia shit out of nowhere in the middle of the 1800s. I'm sorry. Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney, it just cannot be Perth. It just can't be. This ship here, interestingly enough, that you're looking at, is a ship called the Royal Tar, like Tartaria. The Royal Tar is bound for Australia with all of these people. They're £10 kids. They give these people 10 quid each to go and repopulate the continent of Australia. And apparently there's these cities and all these big cities like Brisbane, etc., all waiting for them when they arrive. Same story for everywhere, isn't it? Repopulation. And it's still going on today. I'm just trying to work out to what level after what's been going on in the last few years, whether I was missing something deeper. So we know that there's no conspiracy. That is public domain of Ledensborn, and we have talked about the foundlings for quite some time, and there's the anomaly of asylums and the exponential growth in mentally ill people in 1800s. For some reason, everyone's going stark, raving bonkers in this place. The reset originals after 1812. Boom, boom. After them events in New Madrid and events in Europe, the Comet, etc. I have no doubt that there was some sort of reset at that period. Excuse me. That's not going to blow up. What we got here, I'm sure you've seen some of these images of these cards that came out in France, which just show baby farms. Tongue-in-cheek, satirical maybe, but no, it's actually a reality. Now, these places are like Texas penitentiaries, basically. They get people in there. So what do? They never get out. They have a terrible life, and they work them to death. That's the workhouses, the sanatoriums, the asylums, and orphanage asylums. That's right. Institutions like this for children. And do you know what their crime is? Having no parents. Thought of as a parent, even though they had so many, they were still not accepted into, they were taken the piss out of by other children for being an orphan, not accepted into society because never had a mother and a father. Brisbane and Queensland, yes. Which is crazy big city now. It looks like bloody New York or something. Don't know what's going on with Australia. It's gone mad. But, you know, these buildings, these are everywhere. You can find these everywhere in America, Canada, South America, South Africa, you name it. These are all over. Okay, these huge institutions, old world Tartarian type buildings, and they put to work in them. They used to have debtors' prisons as well. We'll look into these places in a minute. The nuts people had a terrible time, guys. Honestly, these people were like worked to death, all in uniform. If you say anything like, please, sir, can I have some more? Like in Charles Dickens's Oliver Twist, you'll have Mr. Bumble hitting the fucking roof and spitting all over you. Here is a black orphanage asylum in Harlem in New York. So how come there's that many kids in Harlem without parents? Where did all the parents go? Okay, maybe some are brothers and sisters, but we're talking a couple of hundred parents just with this group alone. How come? And they would have had to die at the same time. How come? You know, it doesn't really usually work that way on longevity rates. You know, die-offs and births. There's usually a reason why all the people are dying off. You know, that many. And they're always out of town. You know, I've said it jokingly, you know, but not really, you know, where they can't hear you scream out of the way. And they're always out of the way, these giant institutions, these sanatoriums, these asylums. View of the female orphanage asylum in Lambeth now being rebuilt. They rebuilt it. And, you know, studied Bedlam Asylum in London, one of the first ones apparently in the world. And oh my God, the humanity is just off the radar. The cruelty is just like unsurpassed, guys. I can't even talk about it on YouTube. It's that bad. Never mind electrocution treatment, lobotomies, etc. Just the total disregard for human life. These people who build these institutions and do all of this shit to us and just rip you away from your mother at birth, do to us. And then they create people like this. Have you ever wondered about mental illness? Well, I've seen it. I've seen my mother go up the lamppost, guys. She was totally sane. She got dementia and she was literally talking to the fucking television. You know, she was seeing things. She was fucking just completely away with the fairies. Nuts. I blame Prozac for it myself. That's what she was on for donkey's years. Other people blame cups of tea because apparently tea is grown in high aluminium content soil and that soil and that can cause dementia. There's loads of theories of what causes this level of mental illness, but in the Victorian era, it was filling masses of institutions. And these people, as far as I can see, hardly any of them were really mentally ill. They're all just subject to this mind control thing, which has gone wrong or it's not even taken with them. You know, the cocky face on her. That says to me that she ain't giving in. That's what it says. She knows the fucking score. It's like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe the lunatics took over the asylum sometime in the past. So, yeah, they would treat human beings like this in mental institutions. And these were open medical records for everyone to look at of their unbelievable medical advancements. And look at their numbers. Just like prisoners. They're not prisoners. They're not criminals. Sorry. These are just the mentally ill of Bristol in Britain. Now, I grew up just over the road, 5 minutes away from a mental institution called Ely Hospital. And they were always out on the railings. There was no harm in them, really. There was one, like Spongy's brother, Michael. He was a bit of a mad masturbator. Apart from that, they were all pretty soft. But they literally closed the hospital down, turned it into an Aldi's and a Farm Foods with the stones of this mental institution, which had a room 14 padded rooms, which got brought in by here, according to this narrative. I'll give you this link. It's crazy, guys. 1844, first padded rooms constructed. And this is about Bedlam. Somebody asked me, what about the censuses? Okay, what about the censuses? Do you trust the census? I don't fill it in. I don't want to give Circle my data mined by any of them. And I'm guessing loads of people as well in the past didn't go over these censuses. Now, you can do a census on a medical institution because they can pick up on, how many are there. I'll give that. But the general population didn't even come around 1850s. I mean, official government records, 1850s. Before that, parish records. So you trust out, who's being birthed, families, livelihoods, etc., like you get in the Domesday Book. But the exponential, this place here, Under the Dome, look, 1892. Apparently, they built this hospital, which is Bedlam, which is still there today. Part of it, anyway. It doesn't look like that anymore. But I'll pass that link to you. I don't want to read about the terrible things that they're doing, but if you get to the bottom, they do go into that they have been, eugenics does come into it. Okay. And now in Britain, you can make a phone call and ask for the state to bump you off, which is really nice of them. That is, so you can't say a word thought. Crime is illegal. You're not allowed to think anything that you have been brainwashed with for the last 60 almost years. You gotta change that thinking to the new way of thinking. You gotta woke the fuck up, and then you gotta not think like you used to think anymore. You gotta change yourself. It's really, really scary. That is fucked up. Well, imagine these kids' futures, teenagers coming out into the world. They never had no parents, nobody to love them. Probably all of that gang rule going down on the fucking in the dormitory. Can't be a joyful, loving experience. Although they did bond, I guess, some of them, but not really, guys. This is just a nightmare for anybody involved. And I got first-hand knowledge of this from my wife. 649 of you watching. Thank you for being here. Make sure to share this out if you would, guys. We've got quite a way to go. Whew. Oh, this is draining on my energies for some reason. And then populating with a uniformic, everyone in the same uniforms got from what? The quartermaster stores. And then some of them, depending on backgrounds, will be put into the workplace. And you can see these kids here were evacuees in World War II, the biggest deportation of children in history. Millions deported to foreign countries. Some never come back, and others to Wales to avoid the Blitz on Wales and other cities. So here's some top hatters coming to inspect the children of the poor orphanage. God forbid you should do anything fucking wrong, eh? Now, I wouldn't even want to think. Something is going on with that narrative. I've got to get to the bottom of that. I can't, just extrapolate. Do the math yourself. If you're growing a baby fucking 12 months in 1 hour, what we're looking at, guys. If that was a reality, if that is, which is showing us in the pictures, unless AI is just doing a twisted one on us. What about this? So there's an entire center here in America, but this is part of the expositions. Infant incubators. So they're not children. They're not babies. They're infants with living infants inside them. What for you to visit? Was it this open and this in plain sight and we've just missed it all the way? I'd love to know what that word is. That is a big clue to this narrative, but they scratched it fucking out. And what are these machines? What's going on with them? What Victorian technology are we actually talking about, guys? Chilling. And run by the state. This is the mental institution in Ely, and they had all these people caring for people where I live, Ely Hospital. But uncanny, they're all like clones. What if, I'm just chucking it out there, I can't prove that in any way or shape or form, but what if they were replacing the population? These taking them away, just swap it over, looks a bit like it. Same blood group or not? How would you even know? They said father didn't keep his life insurance paid up, so unfortunately, You have to go to the orphanage asylum. We can't afford to keep you anymore. What do you mean, Mum? Well, I've never really been fussed on you, you see, Timmy, and you are a bit of a soak on the family resources, so we're going to let the state. They're awfully nice. Look at her behind me. She's a nice lady, isn't she? And they're going to take care of you from now on. See you when you're 20. Bye. I've got a boat to catch. Sinister, isn't it? Or pack them up and ship them out. God help if there's a war. I don't think they're going to stand a chance. They can manage a smile, though. God love them. Anyway, these are the evacuees in World War II. They did have parents. They're not orphans. But they did ship them off. And some of them went to Canada and stuff. The stories of like abuse and stuff. And some of these evacuees that were taken to Australia as well, like Abbott, you know, the Prime Minister of Australia, apologized for their treatment, like as recently as a few years ago. But yeah, sorry, everyone was just fucking abusing everybody that arrived. That was just the Australian sort of thing back then. Right. Okay. Oh, is this my wonderful new child of the children's train of arrivals? Yes. Here's the nun. Sister Septic. Fucking hell, the nuns. Jesus. Religion. Oh my days, God help us with that thing. Oh, that's a bit of a weird, ironic sort of thing to say. Counterintuitive, Martin. But you know what I mean. I'm talking to my inner God that we all have. Children, iron lungs, they were interesting, weren't they? I wonder if they worked. What happens when I took you off your iron lung? I went, that was radium treatment, by the way. Another thing they do, nurse, use an ultraviolet lamp to stencil initials into a baby's skin. So a bit like the tattoo for concentration camps. Yeah, that's chipping for the new population. But not all of them did well, as you can see. These are Russian peasant children. Give it another 10 years, they'll all be murdered. And huge amounts of black populations. I'd love to know what happened to their parents. Maybe just snatched as well. To repopulate. And this world is woefully unpopulated. I know you think that it's got population problems, but it's the other way, guys. Whatever they've been doing, you know, and the narratives now of only poo babies is it's an extinction level event if it carries on the way it is. And I'm telling you, because I don't think this is a conspiracy. I think this is really happening. So where did they come from? All these kids? Well, sometimes I wonder about star thoughts, and the reason being, there was a YouTuber, Laura Key, God love her, and she came out with the Hopi Indians said that the kids or the children came from the stars, and maybe they meant the star thoughts. Now, bear in mind, okay, that star thoughts are built around water. They're built on specific coordinates, and coordinates that cross over on ley line points, nodal points, will have a specific geometry, and these are built smack on top of that specific geometry, and then they're fractal and specific geometry in themselves. Hang on a minute. What if that would be the perfect environment? And remember, some of these are going deep, and they're all super interconnected as well, these star thoughts, guys. Now, wouldn't it be really interesting if some of the star thoughts would actually have been asylums, which they were? What if the star thoughts were initially to bring out the population and they were the breeding farms? Can you imagine if they did it on that specific geometry and the brainwashing techniques? The magic that they could achieve doing that to the population. We must have come so far back from what we really truly are. Oh my God. Shaking me, that is. Chatham. So this was one of the only star forts you'll know of in London, but Fort Clearance was in fact a star fort. I'll show you now, okay? But it was also a lunatic asylum. And it's not the only one. I mean, lots of star forts were in fact hospitals. Now, isn't that interesting? So there is a connection between star forts not actually being bastions, but actually being hospitals. And in this case, this star fort here was a military hospital and an insane asylum. Isn't that interesting? Hospital block inside the star fort. So I went into a star fort in Portugal this year, and I thought it was just about slaving. And then it just dawned on me there's so much missing inside that star fort. And it just dawned on me that, yeah, that they could literally do a breeding program. And look at Chatham Docks. It's right in the middle of London. This is the Isle of Dogs. They could just literally populate London of trains from this Fort Pitt. And what a name as well, Fort Pitt. Just mind-blowing to think that was and it's not the only one. Invalided soldiers were kept there, but mentally ill as well. It was in a mental institution. Asylum for insane soldiers. What's the chances? The star forts are also insane asylums and hospitals. There's a high possibility that these repurposed were breeding places, guys. It makes perfect sense, doesn't it? And the mystery of, star forts all over the place. And these people shit out of nowhere, guys. The people that are here today. It's a Napoleonic star fort, okay? That's interesting that they say it was used 4.5 million bricks were deposited there in preparation for its construction. Nothing immediately followed. However, the bricks were instead used for rebuilding of the lines. They didn't even use the 4.5 million bricks. What? So the fort was finally built in 1905 to 1990 during that reset period. And then it ceased to be a military hospital 1820s, 1850s. Story goes off. So yeah, star forts could be part of this narrative. And to me, it's all super connected anyway. And I really do think it is. Okay. So they say that, just to go back to cloning again, Hollywood tell us it's real. I don't think they stopped at Dolly the sheep. And they say they do all these fantastic things with science. How come they haven't pulled off human fucking cloning? They cracked the DNA code, didn't they? So well, so they say. No, the Nazis, according to AI, didn't achieve cloning. Although Dr. Mengele, Joseph Mengele, supposed to be a lovely guy to chat to, apparently, was supposed to have been doing clones of Hitler in the film Boys from Brazil. But he had an obsession with twins and blue eyes, apparently done some experimentation. They say official narrative, but anything concerning Nazis and official narratives, you can guarantee you there's just propaganda. So I'm going to have more thoughts on their obsession with twins. There's a load of, I can't remember the name of that park. There's a park where people go missing when they go camping. And when I looked into it, it said that they were predominantly, or most of them, were blonde. I said to my mother when she was alive, I was like, shit, I read something out in a history book. And I said, oh shit, they reckon there was like 250,000 children went missing 1900 year, man. She said, oh yeah, I think the Arabs had them, man. They like blonde kids. I was like, really? And she said that like in about 1982 or something. Don't quote me on that. Just memorize. See, gotta be careful what you say. We're going to look at some other stuff now. Okay, almost 700 of you. Make sure to share this out. That would be really groovy of you if you could do that. I'm sure this is a shareable video. Yeah, I'm guessing cloning's not that easy, but it's just food for thought. I'm just chucking it out there. But definitely the rest is a highly sinister scenario, and they're definitely doing that. Producing narcissistic materialists. And now what have we got? We've got a population of crazy babos. They, point and scream like Invasion of the Body Snatchers if you don't think the way they think. Really weird. And you can get in trouble for not thinking the way they think as well, apparently. That's interesting scenario. Something else I'm going to talk about now is the elites and the difference between them and us. And you might find this interesting. Now, when I was a kid, I noticed that on my father's ship, my father was a deep sea captain. I noticed on my father's ship that they had silver service, meaning silver cutlery. The dishes that the potatoes and rice and meats and things were all on silver platters. And we used to eat on porcelain, bone china, porcelain on the ship. And then when I went back after my father's ship back to shitty fucking Ely, back to council life, it was back to stainless steel cutlery. Well, okay on the short term, but if you read up on stainless steel, using that cutlery on the long term might have some physical side effects. Yet we do it. But they don't, because they use silver, because they know about like colloidal silver and the health factors of silver. They use silver pewter for drinking, and silver and this because of its frequency. Now, you will get an elite meeting at a board meeting, and they will start it with the chairman of the board tapping a porcelain cup with his spoon to get attention. And even a round of applause will be people tapping these teacups. And all of the elites drink out of porcelain teacups because they know about the vibration and the qualities of char. And they've known all along. So it's the cutlery, it is the dishes that they use, and fabrics. It is the materials that they use in their clothing as well. They know about furnishings, and they know about textiles, like the qualities of linen, for example, and specific cottons. And this really groovy jumper I've got on, which I think is alpaca. I don't think they got too many sheep in New Mexico, as far as I know. But yeah, the elites definitely do quality these items, as you will see. Now the Chinese with their porcelain, as you know, and all of this china clay comes from Cornwall. Fathom boggles my mind, but I used to ship this stuff out of Cornwall, right? And then it goes to China, and then they turn it into glazing, this stuff, this Delft type. So yeah, crazy. So yeah, in some of these Renaissance pictures, you can see the Bacchusite, the usual crew of Mercury and Bacchus and other fudge fucks, you know, all doing their usual ISIS routine, but they do know about the quality of these dishes and these porcelain things. So that's something they do that we don't. Eat and use silver cutlery. I'd love to, but you know. So that's another thing they do as well that we don't. Let's have a think about the actual quality of the elites. Now, I read a narrative a few years ago about a British politician came back from India in the 1820s saying this country has no poverty. This country is in a golden era, and we must destroy it from within by taking over their education system and grabbing their kids and all the rest that they did when they literally brought out the Raj and occupied lovely India, and all the rest is history. But before then, we had the Mughals. And the Moguls, or the Mughals, whatever you want to call them, the Mughal dynasty empire, reigned for a long time. And these are artifacts of them Indian Moguls, and they look Celtic to me. And these are from the 16th century. From the 16th century. And yes, they are precious stones. And also 500-year-olds, which, you know, you've got to think to yourself, how are they making this stuff? Fabergé type eggs. But that is actually a jester's hat on top of that egg, which is really interesting. So yeah, you see all sorts of influences in this Indian stuff. So 500-year-old, yeah, it looks Art Nouveau. It's crazy, isn't it? I would say that was an Art Nouveau piece. If somebody said, "What do you think this is?" I'd say, "Oh, it's Art Nouveau." Say, "No, sure. Actually, it's ancient Mughal relics from the 1600s, 1500s." Like, what? And their use of precious stones. Look at this headwear. And all of this is a functional, like I said, the elites, they know about functioning clothes, jewelry, the use of silver, coinage, mercury, all of it, and feathers, ether, to interact with the field that is around us, because that's where the information is. there's an argument ongoing about this, that, and the other, and you just get back, down to the nitty gritty and just tear it all back to its bare essence. And there's just one thing I can say is all is mind, and it's all about perspective and where you put your energy and your attention. Where energy goes, energy flows. You got to police your mind. It's a trick in this place, guys. It is. It's a trick. You get it good. You get it really good, and you can be a master at this realm. And that is where the elites of these people who produce these beautiful artworks, that is the realm they're coming from. In this golden era of expression and art and beautiful things that you do not see in the modern day, anywhere in the modern day will you see anything like this. You see adverts on the television that keep, and YouTube's dead on its ass, as I'm sure you've all noticed, with these really weird adverts. Really weird adverts. Can't even stand it. And they're like just cramming them in every single video. It's just absolutely. It's like, buy your Prada handbag for your boyfriend. It's like, hang on, that would be 0.00001% of the British population is going to be buying fucking Prada this Christmas. Okay. This is like pound stretcher Christmas for most people in Britain. There's some YouTubers, they're just saying stupid shit like, oh, we're heading into recession. It's like, oh, right. Heading. What the fuck? How dozy and fucking 2020 are you? But yeah, it is sinister that YouTubers are getting, pulled in for hurty words. Like, I'm not in the camp of doing anything like going on about peoples and stuff, because as you know, guys, I'm a live and let live guy. And I don't actually give a fuck as I'm passing through. And, I'll give anyone a hug, me, you know me. So there's that. But, can't air your opinions about if the state is falling apart and you air why you think the state is falling apart, and that's not going to be actually permitted. I'm not sure how much shit he's actually in. Funky prep. I wonder what they're charging with. Hate speech, isn't it? And that's pretty bad. You get fucking proper done for that, can't you? But yeah, it is in the realm of there is an element of okay, there might have been that going on. I don't talk negative about anything. I don't think or feel negatively about. I joke about things in a satirical nature, but I'm only doing that because of the irony. You know that anyway. I'm sarky, anti sarcasm, lowest form of intellect, maybe, or highest form. Who even knows? Look at that fluffy little thing. Where'd you put that, I wonder? So, yeah, we got some funny things later. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. We got 700 of you. Oi, Ali Bach. What are you saying? Pamela Swan. I seen a photograph of you with Dawn and everybody the other day. Ooh, I know what Pamela Swan looks like. Hiya, love. Good to see you. The Crystal Ship. I've been listening to a lot of Doors. I have listened to the Doors, but remixes. Because can't bit a bit of the Doors. Can you bit of Soul Kitchen? Bit of LA Woman Sunday afternoon, eh? LA Woman Sunday afternoon. Get into terrible trouble. LA, couldn't you? If you were not policing yourself properly. So yeah, these are 1870 pictures of Asia again, but these are Bangkok. Isn't that an unusual name for a city? But they are pretty conservative. I know the internet would say that Bangkok is unfavorable, the way they jet wash off of the black off of chickens in a back garden. My friend actually showed it. He was staying in a hotel, Nick, and there was people in a restaurant, a posh restaurant, 4-star or something, over the back of the hotel, and he was recording it, and there was just like a tanker full of like rotten chickens, and they were jet washing them off with a kayacha at the back to serve them to people. Deli belly, fucking hell. But all the food has gone to shit, guys. I don't, I'm going to be doing more flat earth. I'm going to do a Christmas dinner, although I don't, necessarily celebrate it. Fuck it. I'll just do like a flat earth flatness thing going on and get the same buzz going on. Yeah. But we'll do it for us. Yeah. For being fab. We've been fab this year. We've been good human beings. And we're going to tap ourselves on the back and say, well done. But It's going to be tricky from now on because the revolution will not be on YouTube and it will not be televised. Oi, kid, did you build all this stuff? No, not me, mate. Somebody did, though. Yeah, it's not bad. It looks like it's taken a bit of couple of years of bird shit on it. But yeah, the detail is amazing on these Vimana objects, isn't it? Look at that. But these lot, they live like this, and this is down to, like, I'm not sure about Siam. I'm thinking that is more in line with the French or the Dutch. Don't think you can, according to the King and I with your Brenner. I think that's the Dutch. I don't think we got anything to do with the state of what ever happened. But it looks beautiful anyway. Thailand looks really beautiful, and the people are proper conservative. It's not what they show you. They're all bang bang girls. Don't think that's the case. You get that anywhere in the world, just them streets. But I check out all this beautiful pagoda stuff, man. All of that golden era. Can you imagine what they felt like walking around in them times? And look at the size of these. They're not giants though at all, are they? Look at this tiny little human. And all the stories of the Veda, which is apparently the oldest religious text. I do love Krishna conscious stuff, and I do love like the Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata sort of tales, because it's pure trippy. They get like weapons like the masters and flying saucers, the manas, and all of this. Look at this stuff. So who thinks? I think that anything you think, if you do think it, then it will be. So if you believe that there are jinn or some sort of entities that are communicating with you, because of how powerful your mind is, that will happen. It's whatever you think it is. And it don't take long for the world to fold to that fantasy, as well as trippy as it may be. You'll think, hang on a minute, I fucking did that. Be careful what we wish for. I don't know if you've ever seen the film, what is it? Wishmaster with Stephen King. Great lessons in that film. But that was the devil tempting you. That's a curious thing, isn't it? The devil tempting you. It's almost as if like the devil's like this ultimate purifier, offers you everything, and if you don't take it, well, then you've graduated. It's like you don't want it. It's like, yeah, add all that material wealth, being rich, done this, done that, and yeah, it's all just bollocks on toast, isn't it? And really, what we really want is spiritual well-being, and we want peace of mind, and we want to just be left alone and not brainwashed or abused by anomalous entity. Because everyone in Britain, their worst enemy at the moment is their own fucking government, which is a terrifying prospect, because all of the new things that they got coming. I'm just bringing up some new things for you to look at, guys. We're going to have a little giggle as well along the way. So there's that. Okay. Doobie 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 doop, doobie 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 doop, doop 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 doop. So yeah, we're going to have a look at some funny newspapers. We're going to have a look at images of the day. We're going to have a look at all sorts of groovy stuff. But make sure to, if you would, please share this out. Share this out for Martinica. If you have enjoyed the show so far, we got quite a bit of a way to go with it. We got some unbelievable stuff. Okay, next is Vatican. I've had to go through all these images just in case there's titties or willies or anything, because it's all fucking nutty, isn't it? I can't show art. I literally I'm on a copyright at the moment for a statue, because AI can't tell the difference between a human being and a statue, and I literally said, hey, nunny, no. I protested to YouTube, and they said, no, it stands. Fucking hell. Just so stupid. Whatever. Hi, Whisper Jack. Oi, oi. So what are you saying, Mr. Marmite? This is not a holiday camp. Well, it is if you think it is. Like I said, it's a state of mind. If you just sit there like with a not give a fuck attitude, thinking, oh, it's lovely, it's like a holiday camp. And that's what the reality will render for you. It's really weird. You've got to watch your mind, especially with the negative influx. And that comes from everywhere, by the way, at the moment, especially with the negative Nellies that are out there. Everyone wants fear. Everyone wants fucking bad news for some reason. Nightcrawler, love that film. That's a good film. That explains why all religions are somewhat similar. I would say that, you know, what I would have said, like, you know, that it was all AI wrote, you know, the Bible. 6 months ago, I was in the mindset of, oh, right, the Arabs wrote the Bible, which I still am, actually. But I think it's all in the, you know, if you get right down to it, I think it's all AI. I think it's all been there all along, and we've just been given narratives. It's just like a movie. Just like a movie. It's good to see you, my friend, Erno. Send loves to you, Mrs. DN. Mr. Obvious. Good to see you, man. Nice Nightcrawler. Nice one. Yeah, it was a good little movie, that. The new guy. Good to see you. Scooby Dooby Doo. That's what we do. We do Scooby Doo work. Yeah. I've got a Velma. And we got Scooby Doo, but it all went to shit. We should never introduce a Scrappy Doo. That's when it all goes to shit. Yeah. Never work with children and animals. It's Hollywood rules. Okay. Hippie shit. Do the hippie shit. Jason of Wales. Could be male China. I'm Welsh, Jason. Yeah, Flat Earth events are having Flat Earth Social in Wales. Unfortunately, it's in North Wales, which may as well be America to me. North Wales is something I know nothing about. I'm South Walian. That's another world. In a place called Conway, where they got a big fuck off castle. They got them everywhere. Oh, thank you, Solver Mist. Let's get back on with the juice, because this is going to be a long post otherwise. So thank you all for being here. 700 people. That's awesome. Hope everybody's feeling good and irie in the house. Let's have a little giggle before we look at any of this serious stuff. Now, hats off to the man who worked for the Sunday Sport, because I like a good title for anything. Anyway, might be true, connected to what we were talking about earlier. 2 in 5 mothers are not present at their own birth of their own child. There are no excuse for natal truancy. They're just not present. They're just not there at all. Spooky, isn't it? Grant bit off Flash's willy with her antique false teeth. So what you got to dig, right, is there's a man, he works in the Sunday Sport, right, and he writes newspaper headlines for the Sunday Sport. I would be brilliant at this job. Sex with Mr. Frosty, mangled my bellend. There is one on you, which is the best I've ever heard. You'll get to it in a minute. Hide and seek champ found dead in a cupboard. Bit like the Yeti. Easy. This one is the best ever. Space aliens turned my wife into a toffee crisp. I buy that. I think that's true. Listen, guys, if you walked into your kitchen, right, and your wife was missing and there was a toffee crisp on the table, that'd be the first thing that I thought. Fuck me, she's turned into a toffee crisp. Yeah. That's the first thing. Aliens have turned my wife into a fucking toffee crisp. And I would eat the toffee crisp and know that we would be forever together. Oh, that's what I'll tell a court anyway. This man will sniff your bike seat. See that guy there? He works for the BBC. Okay. Bus found buried at the South Pole. Now, Jerenism, he's in the South Pole at the moment. We're going to ask him if he found a bus buried in the South Pole, a double-decker. And I hope he doesn't eat a penguin. Oh, Biden bites Trump on the bum in Asda's car park. That really happened, guys. Look, it's in the British newspapers. It's a bit of a sniffer and a biter, isn't he? Yeah, I won't read that one out. Anal Chaos, that's a good album. Anyway, we're going to just... Oh, God, my head. I'm just getting all panicky because of what happened. And I'm just like, what? That's like not even fucking... It could just be wrongly construed by the thought police. Shit, fuck. Am I even allowed to swear anymore? I'm Marticus. They don't call me Marty Cuss for nothing. Marticus for nothing. So yeah, if you was to venture into the Vatican in 1876, these are the things you would see. And they are a load of Phoenicians, obviously. Okay. They keep it down with any human anatomy because you don't want all of them Vatican types walking around with any sexy statues. Now, Roman leaders and these people, I think these are lifelikes. I think they knew what these cats look like, and I think they chiseled them out. Yeah. This is pill sex. Pill sex. The Roman Emperor pill sex. Here's another one. Okay, we know this cat, don't we? I think this might be David or something. He's doing some signaling there. Some signaling going on with this statue. It might not be David. I think it's Bacchus, isn't it? Anyway, no, it's statue of Dionysus, who's Satan, who's Jesus, who is all the same person. I keep getting confused. It's all very weird, isn't it? Okay. But Satan and Lucifer are different cats, so it's all a very confusing show. Not that I'm going to bother explaining, because, like I said, I don't care. Okay, see this cat? Okay, let's have a look. These are Vatican statues from ancient Rome. This is the municipal something or other. It's got a bar of Pears soap and a horn of plenty. Ka-ching. So, you heard about the Vestal Virgins? Apparently they're not. Apparently, if the Vestal Virgin got caught running her natural course, yeah, bad things will happen. They stick you in a pit in the ground so you cry to death forever. Apparently happened to one Vestal Virgin. So, why are they keeping them virgins? It's the Vatican, yeah. Are they female? Oh, I think it's going to be all right then, isn't it? Here I am, Aurelius Erecticus Spunctus, the Roman emperor, in my little leather socks. They wear skirts, man. I'm never going to get my head around Rome wearing fucking skirts. I want to skip over that. Look at him, Planthead. It's like Robert Plant or Led Zeppelin. He's a pothead. Officer, we got a pothead. Okay. So it could always be debated that I was only joking in any regards anyway, which I was. But even in the realms of we're living in a police state, you know, especially with Stalin's or whoever's Eisengruppen, that come, you know, saying you said this. I was like, no, I fucking never. It's like, you did. No, fucking never. Yeah, you did. No, fucking never. Back and forth like that for a couple of years. Wonder what that saucer is. It's a discus. She throws it and she could just take your fucking head off like that. So again, narcissistic fucking frisbee throwers. Yeah, I don't think horses were just horses. Well, they were horses, but I think they had magical properties and could float around like Pegasus. Just sprinkle them with some flying dust, if you like. Scarab beetle stuff. You can see that they're taking off in the air. Yeah. And these things, yeah, they're not like running on the ground. These are going to take the fuck off. Oh, yeah, they are. Use your imagination a bit, guys. It's nice coverage. That's a good job they did there. On both regards, I think that's Adam and Eve. But it's again, what's going on with the grapes, though? I think you've got maybe some blood in there or something gnarly, and the grapes. So get pissed. I think there's more going on. Oh, it is a discus. It is discus. Apparently that's an Olympic event. But you can. It was a weapon. You could take someone's head off with frisbee. Definitely. I'm not so sure where that tree's sticking. There. Huh? Oh, that's a bit embarrassing. Is that uncomfortable? No, not only at first. Oh, right. Let's have a little bit of fun, isn't it? Oh, look, he's one of those magic ball twirlers. Oh, yeah, you see them in Glastonbury. They get these they're basically crystal balls, and they make them move around magically. I'm always freaks me out. It does. I don't know how they're doing it. It's magic. It is. So they had pet dogs. We love dogs. They've been domesticated for eons. But you look at this. Eagle wings open. Always. Roman emperor. Yeah, I think they're lifelikes. I think they posed for these sculptures. I think they know what Titus looks like, or fucking whoever he is, Grumpius Aurelius. Oh, what did I do? It's like, well, should have thought more holy thoughts then, brah, innit? That's another thing that happens with this separation, is like people lax on their moral coding. You know, code is a reason we're coded, because this is a numbers construct, as I'm sure most of you have worked out by now. And our moral code, like the DNA code, is part of it. The do's and don'ts of this realm do not need to be dictated to us by some people who don't do it themselves. Like, you know, people who bomb other people, for example, for a jolly or whatever they do it for commercial reasons. Oh yes, mind you, we don't do campaigning season the way we used to. Spring will come, we'll find somebody poor to, I was going to say to bomb, but I meant bum later. That's what they do. It's a sad situation. And oh, look at it. Oh, fucking hell. This is a woman from Britain. Where's he taking her off anyway? And there's another flying horse. He's like literally a seahorse. So what's going on with that, guys? Are they literally like a species of fucking Phoenicians living below the waves? And they all got secret tech as well. Yeah. I'm sure that's a handgun that looks like handkerchiefs. Yeah. Do you think women with togas wore bras? When do brassiers? I have researched them. I did a vlog about brassiers. I'm just wondering when they actually come along. This bagger's guy got horns because, you know, like the devil has horns. It's all propaganda anyway. I couldn't give a fuck about either of them at this stage of the game. I've had my encounters with evil people, psychopaths and all of it, gangsters, all of it I have in my life. I'm not keen on them either. And the fucking do-gooders, oh, she's dying, but we wanted to come and pray for her every day until her passing. Oh, fucking hell. Lucky fucking air. That actually happened once, actually. When my wife was on life support machine, there was a gang of Christians that came in to check on a girl called Roz. She looked at me and her eyes spoke volumes. They said, help me. It's fucking pitiful. They come in, they just telling her what to do in the last minutes in this place. She was a pretty girl too, pretty girl. They come into this like death room where everyone waits for their relatives to die. And they had a big bag of sweets, and this one Christian guy offered them to everyone. And that guy knew that my son's mother was fighting for her life and really upset. And I thought, you fucking don't offer him a sweet, and I will fucking curse you all the day I die. And you know what? He fucking didn't, because they were that fucking horrible people. Disgusting. So yeah, I'm sure it's not indicative of all of them. I'm sure there is some, you know. Oh, look, he's sex too. PII sex. So yeah, that was what I thought at the time. Fuck you all. But I haven't persevered with that actually, or any dislike. I've lost all the rage I've had. I've been trying to, you know, this what I'm telling you about today. I've been trying to work out why I was like I was in the past. You know, this chronically addictive personality, and like spending decades as a world record breaking drug fucking taker for some unusual reason when I didn't even like it at the time. There's questions to be asked for that. And, you know, just these like problems with my personality. What is wrong with me? I've been trying to work it all out. But if I look back, I'm sure being beaten shit out of every day wasn't good for me. And all of this abandonment and spending most of my time on my fucking own as a kid had a detrimental effect or non-detrimental effect later in life. But now I have the know-all and initiative and experience to be able to help others, especially people who struggle in this place with family and love problems. I've had millions of them. And just struggling in this place, you know, it's an uncaring place where you can't really talk to anyone about your problems, really. That's something I had as a young person, is nobody really understood me, I thought. And until the internet, I was fucked for people to talk to. I had no one, my level of intelligence, no one to talk to. It was so lonely. And then the internet come along, and then all these people just showed out of nowhere. Really cool people in the flat earth, and all, you know, these great minds just started showing up. I was like, wow, they are all here. old friends. It's linked up again. Right, we're going to go through some images of the week now, guys. I've been talking for a little while. I don't know how long. Just coming up to 2 hours. That's groovy. Abandoned to your own devices. Well, what I worked out in ZYX was these devices that we have consequences. And now as I'm older, and all that's way behind me, I mean, decades behind me, guys, is now I have to like lay there and think about all of the shitty things I have that just play on, that I've done, that just play on my mind. Yeah. And learning to forgive myself is what I've been doing. You know, it's like, yeah, that was just like the way I got brought up. You know, I was brought up to be a fucking gangster when I was little. And that was what I was supposed to be. But I fucked off to the Merchant Navy, got away from it all that life. And I had no respect for any of it. I just wasn't me. I didn't like dishonesty. I've never been dishonest. I never liked it. I thought people were shitless and who were dishonest. Just worst thing. Just a lie. And cheat and steal. And drugs will make people do that as well. Fuck, you know, drugs will make you can fuck over your best friend for some reason. It doesn't matter as long as you get high. That's what a lot of people got in this place. There's so many people who just lives are just run by addiction. And I'm not just talking about street drugs, guys. I'm talking about the stuff you get off the doctor. You know that. They're the worst. Terrible things. So it's Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat in Cambodia seems to have like you get in Peru, and a very similar style as well. These Stargate things, these gates or these doors that go into nowhere, and it looks like something actually fits in here. I think this is part of an ancient some sort of technology that we will understand. Something slotted in here, plugged in even, and this door here, this this gap had some mechanism in it, I think. Choo choo. There's another thing like aeroplanes, the advancements of steam trains from, Stephenson's rocket of like 1790s to hurtling through tubes only 50 years later. Just craziness. But first they started off like this, which is, to me, debatable. I don't even know if that happened. These would just tip over. They must have had lots of derailings with these things. Who even knows? So these are a set of Russian postcards. I don't even know if I've shown these years ago. Maybe John Levy showed them maybe a few years ago because of the narratives in them. They're from Odessa, isn't it? But they're Russian, and you see Vimanas and you see giant pyramids in Russia. And then I don't know what their frame of reference is and why they did this for these Russian postcards, but you can see they got these strange balls that everyone's looking at with deities, Indian deities on. And what looks like crashed UFOs. But what is this? And why isn't that a Suma or something? This is India, Russia. And again, with these pyramids, balls here, huge balls. So early AI, I don't know. I've seen these back 2015, 16, something like that, the first time I seen them. People had this as their thumbnail when it first came out. I thought it was pretty neat. I didn't want to do it because I was a bit averse to doing AI stuff. But there's a lot in here. Look, they got one of those U-bends there without any wires on it. But the Vimanas, just like the stupas. Lift up and take off. One giant leap, one crock of shit for mankind. So what they're saying, okay, one thing, regardless whether, what side of the fence you are on with the shape of the earth, or whether you think it's a mathematical construct, which I do now, but it's definitely flat plane. They didn't go up to the moon. You can see Kubrick's line in the background and all this fake grey shit, which is not the same color as this grey shit here. And they're saying that the moon rover, this thing here, which is essentially a Jeep, a US military Jeep. And they're telling you this was the most expensive vehicle in history of vehicles. Apparently, it came out of a thing here that tucked away into the bottom of the limb, and 2 men travelled in the limb, okay, and they managed to dress into their spacesuits inside of here, go through all that, decompression, caper, climb down the stairs, doom, well, there was somebody waiting there with a camera. And all of this happened apparently 250,000 miles away on a dot in the sky, they say. And waving flags. So, yeah, what a crock of shit. One giant crock of shit for mankind. I think we were getting around on these flying carpets. You ever notice this? This Tartarian, I think he's Tartarian because of all his groovy shit. He's got a phoenix, and the phoenix in the lamp, is it for light or does it create lift? I think it creates lift. Okay, so it's a technology. Have you ever noticed what is under his magic carpet? It's all stacked with sigils. Not only sigils, this looks like Sedona, Indians. These look like Mesoamerican symbols. You've got a serpent or a dragon. You've got what looks like a map as well, maybe. So again, like Solomon magic, creating symbols, like with Black Mirror technology. I think if you could get a right combination of electromagnetic symbols together, they would do certain thing to the field, like lift, which I think they were all doing in the past, in the golden era. And then there's a large population now. So where are the mentally ill people now? Well, they opened one in Cardiff. They shifted them from Whitchurch Hospital in Cardiff, which was a giant Tartarian hospital. Massive, guys. Stafford shaped. And then it was care in the community. They put them in the community. There's a smaller one at Landock Hospital, but they let them walk around. And some of them are well fucking dodgy. When my mother was in the dementia ward, there was literally a guy just walked through the fucking door, walked into the ward. I was like, dude, can I help you? And then the nurse had a word with him outside, and it turns out he just strolled in from the mental asylum across the road. No security, no fucking nothing. Literally, people like that walking around a dementia ward in the middle of the night with all of these vulnerable fucking people. I ask you. I didn't even want to leave the building. I didn't want to leave them alone. I didn't want to leave my mother alone with them. Bastards. Oh my God. Things that go on. Never mind the nurses stealing her food. I shit you not, they stole her food. I caught them. I went fucking nuts. And then I had to take all like hind soup in a flask in every day to make sure that they didn't kill my mother off. Kept feeding her. Just a battle against them just to keep her alive, because I thought she was such an awesome person. She didn't deserve to go like that. This is interesting. Canton Tea Company. Now, this is Canton, Ohio. Interestingly, Macy Gray, the singer's from Canton, Ohio. The reason I know that is I went to see her last year in a place called Canton in Cardiff. And that's why she chose it, because she's from Canton. She must have thought, oh, groovy. They got a Canton in Cardiff, like Canton. Look at all these. They're all like Quakers or Mormons or something. There's another weird thing, the Quakers. One rule for them. There's a bit of a two-tier thing going on with the Amish as well, isn't there? I'm sure they all got the internet and they do fucking things. I'm sure they're all not just holier than now. And the Mormons, they're going to have loads of wives and all sorts of shit. And in the modern day, fucking awesome. Try that in Britain. Bigamy. I think that's a crime, isn't it? Having 2 wives. And I would want 2 anyways. Enough work with fucking 1 in it. Jesus, imagine 2 going on. Fucking no. Not that you would. Don't wrongly intrude that. You don't all go on, obviously. Anyway, this is Notre Dame. They had all the world leaders in here kissing this year, this week. They were kissing one another. The king's son and other people, famous, Trumpsky and Macron, and his wife. Her hair looks like she'd been dragged through edge backwards. I don't know what happens with her hairdo. It's like spunky hair or something. Anyway, so all the world leaders were in here, and they had a terrible happening with their organ. Did you hear it? Everyone, it went, and they were all like, oh, fucking hell. So it did not work out. It went to shit. So, what's happening in this square is they look like they're laying a new path in the citadel outside. And underneath there is the catacombs with all the millions of people. I bet they were heavily fucking guarded, wasn't they, when they had all the world leaders in that church, wouldn't you say? Yeah, just in case, you know. Big baddie boom thingy going on. Okay. Ryan indoctrinated. DN, Machiavelli, and Adam Cook is in the house. You got flu. You feel like hammered shit. My head too. Oh, well, get well soon. Drink honey and lemon. I swear by it. It's really amazing for headaches, honestly. I've never come across anything better than honey and lemon. Maybe ibuprofen and then paracetamol is shit, bro. Honestly. Yeah, honey and lemon and a bit of sugar. Well, I put sugar in mine, but it's fucking lovely as well. And it sorts you right out, bro. Do that for me. If you haven't got any honey and lemon, you have to go down the shops tomorrow. Hurry back, though. There's a lot of it about, isn't there? It's environmental stress because of all the weirdness going on. Like I said, I'm not going to go into the effects of why people get ill and this and that and the other, but it really is. I'm in the camp of all is mind. And there is things in here. What's happening with Zohar, I don't know. You have to make your own mind up. Yeah, but I wish you all the best anyway. Okay. Do you know why you got a cold? Because it's fucking freezing up in Lincoln, bro. It's fucking windy there in summer. It's famous for it, Lincolnshire, for being windy, isn't it? Been docked in a few places in Lincolnshire. I think it was Boston and Washington, funnily enough. But anyway, yeah, all I remember is I was just blown away by the wind and it was freezing fucking cold. So this peasant farmer here, he's not such a peasant farmer if he's got a big fuck off staff with a massive ruby in it and a massive blue stone in it. I wonder what the significance of them jewels are. Okay, we just found this city and we found this thing here. We might have to dig here out or something. I don't know what this is, but these boxes here, you know, I would say this Russian is a soldier and he's dressed like a common Tsar. So it's during the time of the Red Army. I'd say this is a 1920s photograph and there's some hole in the ground, but these look like boxes of explosives. And look at the hatch in the floor. In the floor, guys, just like in the movies. Lots going on underground, eh? Dun, dun, dun. It's like Scooby-Doo, isn't it? Look at this. Bayer in Germany. Bayern Munich. Bayer in Germany. Electrical car charging station. So basically, this is connect up to these electrical. I bet these were producing their own electricity too. And look at the lights as well. They're not flipping. They're light bulbs as well. But new trees, you all see new trees at this era because what happened to the old trees got taken away by mud flood. 1903, that. These are unreal. I've seen these for the first time this week. You know, this just shatters the narrative for steamships, man, and steel. Apparently, they were wooden ships up until the ironclads of the American Civil War. Okay, and the Huntington submarine was the first steel submarine. But these, yeah, cylinder steel ship, iron steamers, 1858, only a good 30 years after the Napoleonic era, they got something that looks like that. Absolutely futuristic. And look how big it is. Like a cigar. Iodine is great. It is good, but Louise, you got to, you know, I would strongly advise people to know how to take it. You can make yourself ill if you take too much, but I do say that it's good for certain things, yes. And magnesium. I'm not the one to give any medical advice. I haven't got a fucking clue about any of it, so there's no point asking me. I'm just saying what I do personally, and you know, but I'm in a lot of pain usually as well, overriding that 24/7. So yeah, why would they have mud over a bridge? Piles of shit. Wonder if it's snow, because there's no snow on the mountains, so it's not snow. So it's definitely mud. Maybe it's a load of cow shit. Or maybe they're just laying the road on it and it's just been repurposed. so to speak, which I think most things are. So Saigon had a groovy Starford. Thank the French, apparently. But look at this. So this is another thing that gets me, is this. So Saigon, one of the biggest cities going at the moment, isn't it? But it started off with a citadel. It started off with a French star fort, and then all of the city around the star fort. So what was there before? So there was no Saigon in ancient fucking China before. Under there. No, man. This was Saigon. As far back. I'm telling you, this is like really old. Villa of Saigon. Sky trains. Look at this. I think this is in Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. But they got these crazy poles with wires up. I'm not sure what these are, but look at these people up here on this viaduct. I bet you this is what they call Roman as well. Cool. That looks dangerous, actually, but I'm sure it's a lovely day out. This one looks Roman, actually. And that's built on top. It's supposed to be Roman. 2,000 euros, my ass. So yeah, this is where SpaceX got its schematics for their Falcon Heavy from a medieval painting. But it does look like a rocket, doesn't it? Connected there. 2 spires as well. It's a really unusual church, that one, isn't it? So not sure, just short of 700 of you watching. I managed to retain for a couple of hours. That's really good. Look at the size of this building. Now, I'm not sure where it is actually, guys, but they've had the windows bricked up. There's a lot of wood hanging around. This guy looks like somebody just stole his car, and piles of shit here. But look at the size of them. Just like the Temple of Hafar in Egypt. This is based on an Egypt temple. But I wouldn't say that was in Egypt. Looking at the buildings in the background, I would say France. So yeah, in the past as well, submarines are really old, you know. We're talking about Phoenicians living under the water in pyramids over these years and stuff. But apparently you could take your dog, or your cat at least, and your chicken. Yeah, chickens are stupid. You can't, and your chicken, although they're probably very nice, but I wouldn't keep a chicken. They're too stupid. So, guess what I seen in Houston, guys? Yeah. Oh no, actually in the woodlands in Texas. Yeah. I seen a duck shag a chicken. Yeah. And then the woman duck came over and said, I seen what you did there. And he was like, yeah. And the chicken was like fucking traumatized. Honestly, guys, I never get it out of my head. And the person whose house is it was like, yeah, this happens all the time. It's just like the way it is around here. Oh, okay. Maybe there's something in the water, eh? Anyway, so yeah, let's go fishing. We're going to have a look at all the cool fish in a see-through thing under the water. So they did have some understanding in the Middle Ages of what goes on beneath the briny. Look at this one. Maybe them Phoenician whales we see are only, not actually whales, but craft. But this king, he's strapped under a whale. And there's people living down here, like Aquaman. That Aquaman's a right tosspot, isn't he? I don't really like him as a movie star, or any movie stars as movie stars anymore. How are they ever going to come back from this Hollywood, guys? They're just not, are they? They fucked it. Anyway, Netflix is where it's at now. They all want that, don't they? They want fucking Wednesday and fucking Fallout, which is brilliant, by the way. Look at the quality in roller skates in the past. You wouldn't even snap your ankle. Nothing going on, just comfy leather. And yeah, beautiful leather boots back then. Oh, my pair of Victorian leather boots. And weaponry wasn't even thought of as bad. You know, in Britain, and I would be really frowned upon for what I did in Texas with guns. It'd be thinking, but it's like in Texas, like everyone shoots guns all the time. It's like proper normal. Over here, it's like, nah, man, that's deeply wrong. But yeah, back in the day, flintlock, axe, the whole shimoli. Don't come at me, my little friend. Yeah. Make my day, punk. Yeah. That's a brilliant film, isn't it? Dirty fucking Harry. Love Dirty Harry films. And Magnum Force. What a seriously good film. He's got like a magnum, yeah? And he could blow your head clean off. Yeah. Make my day, punk. And you're going to have a ring that shoots little tiny bullets. They're only a couple of mil across, but I'm sure between your eyes, it's going to wreck your day. Perfect protection. Sweet. Perfectly acceptable in America, British people. So, I'm guessing there's maybe horses on the front of that cart, but can't see any. So I'm wondering about its propulsion. What you thinking? 18th century Bond. Omega. What about this? What do you think they just built a church or this building in the mud? Or do you think the church was there or the building was there and then all of the mud just came down after? Yes, I think there's definitely been some sort of mud flood event there. So these school children will cover Life magazine and they're going into a necropolis in Portugal. You can see a beautiful little Portuguese tile house there, typical of Portugal. But underneath, they thought, after all these hundreds of years, we'll take the cadavers out for a bit of sunshine, is it? Kids, grab a skeleton each and we'll take them out. This one's actually looking at the camera, which I find a little bit more disturbing. And that one's looking at the actually posing. But yeah, what possessed the teacher to make them take the dead bodies out for a bit of sunshine? You think your school trips were weird? Fuck you know. Anomalous things in photographs. Okay, well, we got a bit. We know about these anomalous antennas and stuff. But what about these double-decker trams? Double-decker trams. Definitely looks like an American scene. So there's an Arab book there, and it is big. It's big because it was for giants, because he's struggling. Look, he can't. How can he read the top line? Well, he can't, can he? Without getting on it. And if you get on that book, you're going to ruin it. You're going to break it, aren't you? So how'd you read it? Answers on a postcard, P.O. Box. So in London, in the 1830s and 40s, we had a pneumatic postal system, but you could put people in there and through that tube into London for not a great distance. So we're going to come back in a second, because come right back to me this minute. I got a love and I love to share it. Okay, what we're going to do now, because basically, I got a story to tell you. It's called Martin got to leave the camera for a couple of seconds. I'm going to play this video. Okay, don't run away, because don't run away. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, I'm just going to play that a minute. Oh, fucking hell. Times, but don't worry, I'm not swearing. Sorry. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm going to go to off screen. Don't go away, because we've got a few things, and the next things are really groovy for you to look at as well. Okay. Just don't go away, please. Stay there. Okay. You see that, baby? My friend, life is dropping knowledge. It won't ever end. The truth, it's all right here. Unlocking secrets, shattering fear. Flat as a pancake, no round, no sphere. Martin's got proof, it's all crystal clear. Martin's got proof, it's all crystal clear.
I've just discovered one of the most unique hotels in London. This is Zeta Townhouse, a boutique hotel known for its quirky British style. Each room is filled with antique furniture, colourful patterns, and unique knickknacks. I wanted a luxury hotel located in central London with a great restaurant for afternoon tea, and the search filters of the Hotels.com app made it really easy to specifically find our perfect somewhere. Find and book your perfect hotel stay today.
What the fuck is fucking... Sorry about what the fucking... Oh my good God, I'm so sorry about the adverts and stuff. I hope it wasn't too gnarly. Fucking hell. But, you know, I wasn't sitting there comfortable. So we got a few. Martin thinks he's a yardie now. No, I don't, Mr. Mike. This is part of British culture, okay? We all think we're a little bit yardie. I really grew up with a mate. A Welsh yardie. Yeah, something like that, mate. Classic. Oh, Nora. Hiya, Nora. Good to see you. Didn't take a photo. I had no battery. Oh, there's a shame. Okay, then. And Kay in the house. I hate commercials. I know. They suck ass. Fucking hate them. Fritz, good to see you. I pay £12 a month to stop silly ads. Yeah, that Premier is the way they want you to go, but fucking hell. It's just like I hate being told what to do. It's like, oh, you pay money. I don't know. Anyway, back in with the juice, guys. Because I've been talking for 7 minutes. Isn't it weird how quick 2 hours can go? Where the fuck did the time go just then? I don't know, it's just weird. Okay. Back to my juicage. So imagine you never heard a radio before, like these peasant farmers in Russia. Okay, imagine you never heard a radio before and you got new music and people talking from afar. Look at his face. He's looking at that box thinking, there are people in the box. And she's like, or he, whatever, tripping out. Like literally tripping out. That one's a little bit more curious. Okay, I get it. This is the future. Radio. I was obsessed with radio as a kid. That's probably why I'm so into like communications and the internet and stuff. I used to have CB. I was just big time obsessed with crystal radios for some reason. Don't know. And the whole thing about crystals, the preparation. Watch your videos on YouTube. Blew your fucking head off about all that. Anyway. Captain Latimer's Commissionary Department Refugee Camp, Forest Park, after Salem, Massachusetts fire. So Salem, Massachusetts. Anyone been to school there or gone there? Yeah. Where's witches come from? Yeah. That one got burnt and they had a little FEMA camp going down, look. With chimneys and shit. Yeah. Feed all the masses after they burnt out the city. Now, I'm not sure. This is in an old, really old American picture. I'm not sure what it says over the door. It looks to actually be a foreign language, maybe. And there's some ladies on the top of the veranda. It looks a little bit like New Orleans. But there's definitely a mud flood thing going on there. I don't know what to say about that photograph. I thought it was the knocking shop initially, but I don't think it is now. So Marilyn Monroe took an overdose. This is a photograph of Marilyn Monroe in a deathbed. Poor Marilyn Monroe, innit? So she's died of a drug overdose. Okay, some photographs being taken. What is all of the red and the burning and the shit in her back? Looks like scars and blood and her hair all messed up. Because somebody not noticed this in the whole of reality, that there's all messed upness on Marilyn Monroe's body. I'm just saying, that's just like, they're just saying all of these tablets here she's taken and she's just died. They always say that shit, don't they? But what about all that? Yeah, whatever. Oh, so Muslim Nazis. Oh yeah, they have Muslim Nazi regiments. Sure did. They loved that shit. And here we have the Zouaves. They're on both sides at this period. They got Nazi regiments there, and they got Nazi, and they're on the other side as well. They're pretty flexible actually. But yeah, whatever side's winning, isn't it? So here we go. Silver Service in the 1920s. Let's have a look at the ladies fixing stuff up for the bourgeoisie, shall we say? Crystal glass. Everything. See what I mean, guys? It's all about that stuff, man, that makes the consciousness experience, if you like, of eating a meal and friends and everything else. So, yeah, they protected this in World War II, Notre Dame. That burnt down, obviously. That got put there in the 50s. Looks like there's World War II air raid sirens put on top of there. They should have just brought Quasimodo back, ringing the bell. Esmeralda. And they put the airbags, or sandbags, excuse me, not airbags, at the front to stop the bombs, but nothing ever hit it. They didn't even destroy Paris. A couple of distant cannon shots, railway cannon shots at Paris, hitting the suburbs, but no damage per se for World War II. They wanted to save it, and they didn't want to have a war, the French, after, you know, all that shit they had in the First World War, and Verdun. So she's wondering what it'd be like out there. Wonder what it's like out there. Never actually been out there. She lives in the cotton mills of Manchester. Like thousands of kids just like her. And it's what we used to do in the old days. Yeah. We used to have, well, in my playground out the street, we used to play British and Germans. I always wanted to go on the German side. I wanted to be Rommel, Desert Fox, usually. But we used to play the game Bridge Too Far and act out like movies, the Bridge Too Far. Yeah, I'm going to take the bridge at Rageham. Yeah. Sorry, we don't have we don't, what was it the British said to the Germans? How annoying are they? They said, sorry, we don't have the facilities to take you all prisoner. It's like, prisoner? We was asking you to surrender. It's like, yeah, we're British. We don't do that shit, mate. Fuck you. So here we are, bow and arrow, shield, playing battles in German. Well, cowboys and Indians in that case, but we used to play British and Germans a lot. The British streets used to hear a crescendo of, ew, ew, pew, 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 pew. That would be the children having battles, British and Germans battles in the streets. Part of British culture, every city did it. Okay, should bring it back. It was brilliant, and we always won, obviously. So there's that. So yeah, bell tech in churches. Yeah, they know about tuning forks and bell tech, don't they? They got a load of them here in this church, and they're going to ding dong ding it later. They're going to have a ding dong. Ding, 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 dong. We don't need no thoughts control. That is the problem with education. Get everyone singing off the songs, same song sheet, everyone thinking the same. And God forbid you should have an open mind and actually think for yourself. You're not going to be accepted in society. You're not here to do that. You're here to obey, fucker. Terms of the MacLeans in the island, the Scottish island of Iona. Now, the MacLeans, as far as I know, they make lovely chips, MacLean oven chips. Their descendant made a daft car in the 1980s. Oh, no, that was Sinclair, almost. But the MacLeans, yeah, man, they were giants, apparently. Because here they are buried, and for some reason, the MacLeans have elongated heads. But there is a narrative of the Ionian giants out there as well. But yeah, so they're showing the MacLeans, interestingly, as giants with elongated heads. A mist strolling in from the sea. My desire is never to eat horse flesh again. I have eaten horse flesh in Belgium. I had a big juicy steak with some mushy peas. And I was like, oh, that was beautiful. And they said, yeah, it was the horse. It died. I was like, oh, fuck me. But too late, I fucking hate it. So, yeah, passed as fit for human consumption. You have any idea of the percentage of how much human food is found in our diet? Apparently, we're all cannibals. So, there's that. Eat the rich. That's coming. Yeah, they got a better diet. It's like they're grain-fed as well and all of that. And they have all this organic stuff. So, you know. Look at this, guys, for a mud flooder. So, this building has been burnt out. There's a soldier guard in it, and look, he had to walk across a board to get into it because all of this has collapsed. And there's a pipe coming up, and there's a window down there. It's a serious mud flooder. Big building. You see down there? I think that is, I'm not actually perfectly sure, but I think that's Boston, Massachusetts fire. Okay. Here's the Queen. I missed the Queen. Now. So apparently some family comes along and it says, we are better than you. We'll have all the money and you can all work for us and we'll tax you and we own all the land and we own everything. Fuck you. Apparently, isn't that weird? It's not weird born in a realm with like things like monarchies and shit. And children farms. Look at this. Coney Island. Yeah, they had Luna Park and they also had human farms. They used to bring people over, indigenous peoples, to just do the shit you usually do when you're in Africa, yeah, or wherever you're from, yeah. Take ayahuasca, and Filipino babies in a zoo in America. Yeah, everyone, it's got like really weird sort of human abominations in their history, haven't they? The British, the Americans, the Russians, the Japanese have all done horrendous things to humanity in the past. This is the biggest mental institution you can imagine. This is in Cardiff, the north of the city. Witch Church. Bristol got a witch church as well. And this is a similar part of the city to Cardiff. It's really weird, that. Anyway, I've only been in there once to pick up a vacuum cleaner, funnily enough. But it was just endless halls of crazy people. I wonder where they all gone now. That's what I'm wondering. So one of my subs has AI'd me into a computer game. I'm now a character. You can see Admiral Byrd and me on the wall over there. Maybe Joe Rogan will have me on the wall behind him one day, like with Jimi Hendrix and Elvis. What you reckon, guys? Oh, all right then. Maybe I'm tripping a little. Don't worry. What about that? I made sure I didn't wear that out too much. I tried not to get into too much trouble in the world, if I can help it. So this was Jean, Clement, I think it was, Jean something or other. He was a British giant, the tallest man in Britain in the 1920s and 30s. He was a whopper and he used to do some touring of Britain. They did have a midget with him. They always do that to make him the smallest guy and the biggest guy. Jean, brain fudge. It's gone. But they do that a lot, don't they? Put small people with the bigger people. But look at the size of him, though. Bleeding hell. Huh? Smoking was really good for you. Everyone smoked back then. This is Colbridge Road, where I live. Nowadays, it's all full of nail shops, sun tanning shops, pound stretchers, and heart foundations, like every British street. But in the past, it would have been filled with gleaming windows, not covered in shit and vandalism, gleaming buildings, beautiful horses, immaculately turned out working people, and fine shops in Colbridge Road in Cardiff, where I live. It's about 1 million times worse than that now, guys. 1 million times worse. These are hospitals. These are hospitals that were on the Thames River. Hospitals. Each one. Hospitals. Some of them are not there now. This is Paris's Christmas tree. I don't know about things like this, but to me it looks like one of those butt plug things that they have, that OnlyFans type people. It looks like a butt plug. Why would they do that? Well, you don't have to answer. It's France, isn't it? We kiss you, and then we make a Christmas tree look like a butt plug. Oh la la. So Chicago had one color photograph of the event happening, the earthquake. No earthquake, actually, it was a fire. They destroyed the city, and there's just one color depiction I can find on the whole of the internet, and it's a painting showing Chicago in a hell of a state. Steam train's still going now. Here's some knobbly bits. The cathedral in Milan. And in Reims as well. My God, Reims is what you call a tall Gothic. That's a tall Gothic. And there's a few examples. So I'm gone time traveling and I'm walking through a park in Britain, and this is walking towards me. Yeah. And then I woke up, smelled the coffee. Yeah, it's a nice little painting of Venice. I went to Venice, and when I went there, I wasn't really into it, actually, funnily enough. The bins were on strike. It's a little bit smelly. And I was in one of those modes of, like, I'm going to wreck... just to not insult you, I'm going to wreck your country. I had that. I was British. I am British. I had that attitude a lot. So, yeah, everyone should have a girlfriend in the back garden doing archery, but not at them. Okay, can anyone guess who this is? I know what you thought it was Sheryl Crow. Looks a bit Sheryl Crow-y, doesn't it? Who's that in your back garden? Any guesses? Okay, that's Barbarella, Jane Fonda. Barbarella, psychedelic, she's not a fella. So here is the Moorish dynasty of Britain coming to be crowned. Also in France, here they are, the Moors. They're very black, and they were in power like royals, like James, for example, who was black. They don't tell you about the black nobility, actually, for some weird reason. Still, after all of this time, they're still weird and a bit racist about things in society. Yet they are locking people up for what is supposed to be racism. It's really strange. So it's like, the establishment has always been that way, and they are 100% are. Here is a tram train. It's tipped over in London back in the day. You got to get it back up. People were on it. Loads got hurt. Many died. Nah, nobody got hurt, and everybody lived. Look, girls and boys separate in schools. They kept them. That's a school. It crushed a telephone box. That must have been carnage, because post boxes go proper deep. How do I know that? Because I used to work on the buildings, and I know how deep those things go. Twice as deep, actually. As long as it's long, it goes deep. So that must have been a hell of a thing. Victoria in London. Victoria Station. A station you don't want to spend hours and hours and hours hanging around in to wait for the bus when it's freezing fucking cold. Bad memories every time I think of that place. Here is the Suffolk dog, who's a bit of an acrobat. He's in Suffolk in London, but he's not a real dog, obviously. That'd be dangerous. Yeah, I remember once I was standing outside the shop with my dog, and this person come past and tried to shove a 2p piece into my dog's head for charity. Thought it was an RSPCA dog. Like, no, it's real. Ooh, flakes. I love a flake. Look at that kid. That's a kid with brains. He's like, what are you looking at, fucker? That is definitely his mother. My mother left me outside the shops once, went home for a fag. I mentioned this before with a friend, and a friend said, where's Martin? And she shit a brick, run down, but nobody apparently snatched me. I was not kidnappable or anything. Maybe I just wasn't cute enough. I don't know. I'm not going to be offending. No one wanted to kidnap me. It's just Ely. It's like that. Nobody nicks anybody, kids, yeah. Just fucking all like let them all rack and ruin, yeah. So that is an old book, Maria Mater. It's a religious text, but it's all jewels and gold. Cool. Imagine how many people had to die for that book to be made. Fucking hell. She's crying about him now. Oh, I feel so guilty. Oh, listen, my eyes turning in my head. That must be all the drugs I've taken. Because they're proper into drugs in the Bible. I've noticed most of it is about drug taking, tripping, hallucinating shit, and then writing about it. Oh yeah, I seen this tree, man. I seen this stick. It turned into a snake. Describing the effects of LSD or magic mushrooms there. Talk. So I used to put these on your arms. These are arm thingies. Yeah. Oh, they were so poor back in the day, fuck me. Well, pocket Bibles, pocket books. You carry them around in your pocket. A bit like a mobile phone of the day, but only with the Bible pictures in it. It's really cute. If you want to be reminded about torture and stuff. Great. This is one of the only real winged Hellenistic helmets left in antiquity. Apparently, it's from that Greek era. And it looks a bit serpenty here. But it's got wings like you get with, Mercury. Hermes. Trismegistus, so to speak. Right, let's play a competition. I'm actually beating some of you Americans. I'm sorry about this, being a Welshman. But let's play this. The average American has only been to 5 of these places. So this says. I doubt it, though. Okay, let's go through it. I'm going to do me. Washington, no. Right. Houston, that's a big yes. Dallas, that's a big yes. So I got 2. Phoenix, that's yes. I got 3. Oh, it's near Denver, never mind. 3. Austin, I got 4. Fort Worth, I got 5. San Diego, I got 6. Fuck me. Albuquerque, loves Albuquerque. Yeah, I got like 6 of them. Fuck, smashing it, guys. Sorry, and I'm from fucking Wales land as well. But I would like to go to all of these other ones as well sometime. Austin was really good. Yeah, check out this Art Nouveau lift thing. How people used to live. Look, nowadays, fucking hell. Don't even want to talk about it. See this bottle? It's from 1933. Illuminati confirmed. Doesn't it look like dick and balls? Maybe that wasn't their intention. I don't know. Okay. Well, yeah, I might wrongly see that as something else. So apparently there was a couple of football matches going on in World War II. This was in 1940s, and a couple of the troops that haven't really been in any action because it's been a phony war, don't you know? And then they're off to watch Arsenal getting beaten by Cardiff City, 3-0. So here's Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. Do love Laurel and Hardy myself, but what intrigues me about this picture, although they look really happy, is this man's really unusual relationship with this pole. I mean, he's touching it, both hands. I mean, he's looking at it like he's in love with it. It's like, Powell, I've never seen anything so beautiful. Did I ever tell you how beautiful you were, Powell? Do you know how you make me feel? My Powell and your Powell. Yeah. So I think that's what's going on in the background. The rest, look at this guy as well. Let's have a look. It's not unkind. We're not taking the mickey out of them, guys. If they're dead, okay, you can take the mickey out of dead people. I don't think there's consequences for that. And I said I loved them anyway. So here's Harrods drugstore, if you like. In the First World War, you could go in here. You could buy some opium resin. Oh yes, in a little pot. You can buy some pure Peruvian puff cocaine. Yeah, in a little pot. I shit you fucking not. Something on par with Pervitin, a bit like a methamphetamine thing, or crystal meth. You could buy in here legally. Yeah, if you had a few quid. You could also buy other morphine products, but opium resin was very popular at the time. Yeah, because we had opium dens and stuff. So there's that. So yeah, the cutty sack in the 50s was fucked in the past. It's been on fire twice, but it's back now. I was docked like literally when I was in the Merchant Navy. I used to go to a dock called Lovell's Wharf in Woolwich, excuse me, and it was like a hop, skip, and a jump from the cutty sack. I literally talked to the hippie birds who were splicing rope on the deck. She invited me on, sat there with her, talking to her. I wasn't chatting her up, really. So what's happening here? Okay, this woman's out of a French, and she got all her clothes on. 1933 film. Okay. And you can see she's been in that shop. Her eyes are piss holes in the snow. But they had really lovely hair. I don't know what shampoo they would use back then. Timotei or something. But yeah, look at all of this. This is how Pinhead started, isn't it? Yeah. Literally, that's going right through her head. And all them pins are stuck in her head. Painful? It's all about perspective, guys. Maybe not. Maybe not. Looks okay to me. And the photographer said, lift up your skirt. And she went, like this. He's like, yeah, no. Don't worry. I'm sure that's not true. I'm sure that's not true of all photographers. It's just if I was a photographer. I'm joking. Oh, it's not stuck in her head. Oh, there you are. Let's have a look at this text she got on. I mean, that's brilliant. Yeah, she's pretty. I like her. She's nice. I'm sure she's not evil or narcissistic or crazy. There's a ghost touching her. It's a third person in this picture. I don't like that. Your elbow touched my elbow. Yeah, that's an awkward moment. Your foot touched my foot. I feel strange. Don't do it again, will you? I might have to kill you. Yes, I understand that. I felt the same when your foot touched my foot. It's nothing personal, you know. It's just keep it the fuck away from me. Yes, I know. I'm the same. Right, the 7 gates of hell. I mean, City of London, which has nothing to do with England. This is a separate state belonged to by Babylonians. They got a cripple gate. So the cripples can go through that, fuck 'em. Bishopsgate. So that's where the bishops go through. Moorgate. So the Moors can go through there. They got their own. Ludgate. I don't know what the Luds are, but the old gates. And the new gate, well, speaks for itself. And Aldersgate. Fucking hell. There's a thing. So they had Cripplegate. It's like Cripple Creek Ferry. Right into. So yeah, she looks upset, but the cameraman is there, so she's posing a little bit. Why didn't she ask the cameraman for a few quid to fucking tide her over for the day? He's got a camera. 4 children for sale, inquire within. So people could just flog their kids if they didn't go too well. Didn't have social services and all that back then. Didn't have to worry about all that. Yeah. This is why I really didn't get on with the punk movement or the hippie movement or any of it. This is a band you may know of or may not know of called the Stranglers. Yeah. Heroes, no more heroes anymore. Whatever happened to Leon Trotsky? He got an ice pick that made his head hurt. But excellent assassination method, by the way. That's dirt. That's fucking dirt. Yeah, it's so dirty that it's got that grease that goes on jeans after months and months and months of stinking. Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't be around that for 2 fucking minutes. I'd be thinking, mate, just a fuck off with them jeans. It's just, no. I'm sorry. That's just me. It's ungodly. Godliness is next to cleanliness, guys. Yeah. Stinking fucking jeans. What's the point? Imagine the underwear. Yeah. He's probably got all of the missing fucking hedgehogs hidden in his underwear. Maybe there's pine cones in there. Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah. I used to sell Christmas trees for B&Q. I used to be the netter upper. And then I learned a little bit of psychology about people. They're fucking terrible. Oh, could you stand there? Could you twirl it around a bit? Oh, I don't think that'll go quite well in my room. Maybe my ceiling's a bit low. Maybe I need to chop some off. Would you be able to chop some off the bottom? It's like, lady, there's 500 fucking trees to choose from. Why don't you just grab one that actually fits? This poor kid's been skanked. That tree's going to look like shit. Yeah. Listen, I'm an expert on Christmas trees. I can't even tell you. Fucking performance over Christmas. Pathetic. Oh, good morning. I don't often say that, but I will. So this is a good thing. This shop got his shit together. There's a barber shop here. And he says, pull your pants up or you don't come in. Yeah. Have some fucking decency and respect for others. Yeah. Last thing you want to see is someone fucking, you know what I'm saying? Jeans hanging off your ass. Yeah. And not all of them have got clean underwear on, guys. Okay. I'm sorry to tell you about that. And it's that look of I'm ready to be raped thing. Bum raped. Yeah, it's what the fuck sort of culture. I'm sure all our rap culture is going to disappear, and thanks to B Diddy now, which is brilliant because I can't stand it anyway. So do you know what they used to do in the Victorian era for the homeless? They used to put coffins out for them to get in. Sick, but also kind at the same time. At least you get a bed for the night. So they should do that in London and Manchester. Put coffins out for the tons of homeless. Don't nail them up and bury them alive, though. There's a new sheriff in town, kids. You've got to be careful. Yeah, man. There's a new sheriff in town. He's going to make your life hell. Don't fuck with him. Could blow your head clean off. It's tough. You can see that kid is not going to mess around. He grows up to be Reggie Cray, by the way. Okay. See that pub in the background? I used to drink in there. That's the World's End. That's either the World's End in Chelsea, but there's one I used to drink on a corner of Camden Town and Kentish. And it was the World's End pub, and it was fan-fucking-tastic. There's a film about it, and they made a documentary film about like a series that happened in there. And this is that Christopher Lee? I really do think that's Christopher Lee, you know, but he wouldn't be selling ice cream. Out of the you gotta have heat to make ice cream, guys. Isn't it weird, this realm? So yeah, the World's End pub. So that's a place I love to go, right? This is Speaker's Corner in London. It's been going for eons. Here it is back in what looks like the 1980s. And he's saying, look, it's going to get worse. And he's like, yeah, of course it will, mate. Fucking smashed it. This one has discovered the secrets of eternal youth. Unfortunately, he's too old to talk about it now. Got my tickets for the New Year's event. I'm staying home, doing nothing, going to bed early and getting my beauty sleep in my lovely cushy bed is what I'm fucking doing. I'm having nothing to do with any of them, and I won't even feel bad about it either. In fact, I might just go live and hang out with you guys. Yeah, proper sad though, but fuck, who cares? Humbug, humbug. Okay, these are Tutankhamun's slippers that he got buried in. Tutankhamun slippers. What do you think? Ah, it's pretty snazzy for a dead pharaoh, wasn't he? So here they say it's a true likeness of Aurelius Dicarus, one of them. I did write it down. Anyway, he's a Roman emperor. Apparently, he looks exactly like him. It's made in solid gold, and he's a Roman emperor. But he's still got the Phoenician Cherubinski because it is Phoenician, isn't it? All of it. This was discovered as well, a skeleton in Europe of a Cyclops lady that had a stone put in there. They say she might have been a mystic or a magical woman, but strange that Cyclopses actually exist. Again, DNA splicing. So the permafrost is thawing, so they say climate change, but I can't substantiate that or say anything like that's happening. But they're saying that they're thawing out the woolly mammoths. Use a baby mammoth, by the way. I wonder if they were nice or they were shitty attitudes. Do you know hippopotamus? I seen a hippopotamus baby one the other day on a video. They skip around like sheep. You know, like lambs do that skippity doo dah thing that they do, guys. Hippos do that. They skip around. They're fucking lush. I love hippos. I love all animals, but hippos are my new discovery. ER. I know hippos don't go ER. What do hippos go? I don't know. So here's Tutankhamun's thronage. He's doing all right, wasn't he? Fucking hell. 18. Didn't get much time to enjoy it all, did he? They bumped him off as a kid. These are discovered in Florida. Florida bog bodies. Apparently somebody built a little thing for him and buried him in the clay. And there they are in the modern day Florida. Ireland got bog bodies too, but Florida got some as well. They were probably them bobble-atted Floridanians we look at. So here's an interesting spire in France, in Rouen. No, this is Reims. I got Rouen coming up in a minute. So Reims, let's check this out. The size of that guy there. What plonker, you might fall off. There's all guys in there too. Looks like a ton of technology to me. That's what it looks like, an antenna. It looks just like an antenna, doesn't it? And that building under there looks really modernish. The top of a church spire. Right, here's some 50s chicks, and the one in the middle is Ginger Rogers. Oh my God, Ginger Rogers? You mean Fred and Ginger Rogers? God, she was beautiful. Oh God, I love Ginger Rogers. Oh, here is a high Gothic cathedral. This one is in Rouen, in France. Look at the size of that mother. And it looks like there's some mud flooded underneath and doors, etc. in this old picture. I wish I knew more about it, but you can see that they're below ground level. But yeah, high Gothic cathedrals, just absolutely crazy. What do you think of that? So other stuff happening. I did have an interview I was going to go on this week, but it's been postponed. I'm going to do it later. I'm going to be there in April. Tickets are linked below in the description. I'm going to take Tartaria, mud flood, and all of this subject and make a whole new narrative because it's changing so quick. You can do all of the things of support and everything on my website, which is linked below in the descriptions box for my video. Yeah. So still 700 of you here. Right, let's give you a bit of shouted, shall we? Okay, perfect, imperfect, the ether antenna. Well, ether's just a word, isn't it? Scientific term for whatever that is. You know, I'm going more in line with chi energy, prana, if you like. Notre Dame, Our Lady, indeed, Scott. It is. Annix, C. Polaris, my favorite icon these days. Annix, Ixon, I don't know what that means. Dusky. And Canadummy. Hippos use different gaits to run. Do they? Oh, they do an unusual shit thing as well, where they flicks their tail and just splatters everybody with poo. It's brilliant. Yeah. Ah, so cute. So, I hope you stop off in Texas. Well, I do really love Texas, and I feel like a sense of grieving is happening inside me eternally because I'm not actually in America. I'm in Britain. And as you know, we've got a weird new thing happened. I really loved it, being free in America land. First bit of liberty I ever enjoyed, really, in all my years, really, was America. Hey ho. See, you don't know how lucky you are to be in America land. Do you know that? So you come to Britain, you'd be like, oh, fuck me. I'll go back home. Seema Drogan, good to see you. Yes, poo, 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 and poo comes out of them. Yeah, splatteroonie. Hippos are really violent. Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't know. I think they kill a lot of people, more than lion attacks or something. I read, did I? Kill a lot here in Africa. Yeah, they got like well, they got a tusk, but they got something in their mouth, like another tusk as well in the mouth, haven't they, Nico? They fuck you up with. Yeah, she only went to the water hole for a bucket of water, and she got killed by a fucking hippopotamus. Have you ever done a video on ancient astrology? No, bro. I'm not going to do anything to do with astrology. I'm a flat earther, and I deny the sky. Simple, because I can't prove anything about it. To me, it could be holographic, could be definitely tricking us and fake as shit. I don't do space because that's fake in my head. As for astrology, I do think actually that there is a correlation between certain events that's happened in history on certain coordinates, and then coordinates will be something to do with astrological dates. And I know witches and the royal family, for example, they do things on astrological calendars, which is why they induced Prince Harry to be born on a summer solstice when he wasn't due until a week later. They literally induced Lady Di a week earlier so he could be born on a solstice. You know, it's all of that esoteric astrological thing that they do. So they definitely believe in it. Do I think that the stars moving above us or wherever they are can determine mood and everything? I think it's entirely possible because all is mind in this place. And if you think it's true, it will be true for you. And that's the same with everything in this realm. That's what I think. If you think that the stars determine or Mercury's in retrograde, that's the reason my whole life turned to shit in the last month. If you believe that, oh, that'll be true for you. Is there any reality that Mercury retrograde wrecks anything? No, not really. And I don't even know what the fuck. It's a dot in the sky, isn't it? Millions and millions of miles away, dot in the sky. It don't determine shit, does it? So there's that. So I don't know. I'm no expert. I think astrology is to do with the occult, but not in a good nature, more like in the end of astrology. To me, I don't know, I might be wrong, but I put it in the realm of if for example I start talking to somebody and I've met them for the first time and they start talking about astrology to go, to start the conversation, yeah, I'm gonna get bored really easily and fuck off, because like that's like a big marker for okay, bye, in my head. So that's just me. But I do read the stars once in a while to see how Libra's going on. I'm a typical Libra myself, yeah. But again, it's all is mind. It's where you put your mind. Okay, where your energy goes, where your thoughts go. And you can create these new IP addresses in your mind and fix on that, and that will make that whatever you're thinking about a reality. It will become. But it might take a little while. You've got to get a bit good at this. It's really it's tricky, and it's a mind thing, mind operation. But we've been going through, like, I wonder what the other experiments are like. Imagine if this was vault life, like in the films, Fallout films, and they had different experiments for each vault. We're in a vault and they're running this weird experiment on us, and there's other vaults with like golden eras, Rome worlds, and different worlds like West worlds. That'd be pretty good. All running, and this one's pretty What's that? Pretty shit. Lucifer made Jesus. Yay. Adam Forrest. I'm bullshit. No, you're not, Adam. Don't. Bruce Lee said not to say bad things about yourself. I don't think you're bullshit. I think you're awesome. That's why you're so balanced. We love you, Martin. Mr. Obvious, I see you everywhere in chat, and you've got like your own opinion about everything, which is why I respect you. Yeah, you're not like you don't do pandaverse like me. I don't do pandaverse. If they don't like it, it's a fucking shit. It's not about that. It's about truth, and it's about love, is what it is. And I'm not doing anything else. Just love or tough shit. I'm an air sign also, Martin. Are you, Sema Dragon? Dragon. Am I an air sign? I'm a Libran. 2nd of October. I just made it, actually. I was one of the oldest in my school because of that fact. Okay. Please, Erie Canal video. They're disappearing. I've done too many Erie Canals, Nicole. But yeah, I was going to do some giants in Erie, but they're all out there. The other people in the true community does all that as well. There's loads posting. That's why we love you, Martin. Oh, thank you, Dragon. Jason. Yeah, he's back. He's just been up to Diego, hasn't he? I don't mean Diego Maradona. I mean San Diego. I've been there. It's really good. California's awesome. Oh, thank you, hippie, darling. Your sweetness. Yeah. I like it because basically everyone speaks British and they got like the best weather in the fucking world as well. They do proper Bloody Marys. They know how to make a Bloody Mary. And the MAGA fucking readers, Jesus Christ, they'll ruin your world, won't they, if you're not up to them? Jeez. I had one margarita in Houston, the Red Robin. Jason and Dawn took me there to buy me fish and chips. They wanted to give me some British traditional food. And it was really good. And we had a margarita. Oh, my God. I can't even believe the fucking state I was in. I was nearly crawling across the car park. I was like, what's the matter with me? It's like you're full and you're drunk. Very, very drunk. So I thought that was just the mushrooms. No, that is the margarita. Pigs are extremely dangerous. Yeah, they will eat your face. Most frightening encounter I've ever had was a wild bull moose. Ooh, a moose, loose and a hoose. Moose. Never have I ever approached an animal with such confidence. Yeah, I heard wild Panson. Nice to see you again. Yeah, I heard wild turkey go for you. I seen some up in the Rockies. They just strolled past. They didn't say fuck all to me. But apparently, if you get shitty with them, they'll fuck you up like gooses. They'll fuck you up. Break your leg with their wing. Yeah. We've covered a lot of cute creatures, but you can see on my cup I've got hedgehogs because they're endangered in Britain because there's a definite shortage of slugs because it's so bloody dry lately, cold. I can't even remember the last time I seen a fucking slug. God, they used to always be covering the paths and they're not there anymore. Weird. And I noticed the sparrow population has plummeted. There used to be so many sparrows when I was young and that's plummeted. There's hardly any now. Martin's birthday is 5 days after me. We should have a split joint party, Mike. Yeah, David, let's do that. I'm getting older, I've noticed. That happens, though, doesn't it? You just get older. I've been doing this 10 years. After Christmas, I'm going to have a 10 years of being a truther if I survive that long on YouTube, that is. A party. But like I said, I love my government and I absolutely love everybody in the world. So there you are. That should cover me for the next 500 years. Awesome. Dusky. And you never hear me. Oh, India. Everyone sends India love. She's bad in bed. And we love you, India. I'm going to send you warm, lovely cookies in your bed. Okay? We're thinking of you. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I saw a slug. You can use them as a moustache to disguise yourself like Baldric did on Blackadder. Never eat a slug, though you will die. Apparently. I didn't die when I ate one. They say it is. They say a lot of shit. And I ate a spider as well when I was little because I wanted to know what it tastes like. What it tastes like? Spider. You know. I've only ever accidentally killed creatures. Inadvertently. JT, good to see you. Linda, accidentally, killed creatures. D'Angelo, you're 19th, you. How old you know, bro? You're a bit younger than me, and you, so I don't know how old you are. Marianne, she got dimples right there. Or dimple. Dimple wimple. Okay, Michael, what are you saying? Some marigolds, maybe a traps. Anybody want to know my mouse is getting on? It's doing fine. I got a thing going on with my mouse. Basically, if I give it food every night, it won't go fucking gallivanting off all over my flat, going everywhere it goes. Not that it would do that. It's really nice and it's shy. They're not like that anyway. Traditionally, mice are not like that, psycho. But yeah, so he keeps off my shit and don't go anywhere. And you can't get out of the kitchen anyway. You can live under the cupboards and I'll feed him. Give him the odd cheese and that. And he's cute as fuck. I don't mind. He's got as much right to live as I have anyway. Fucking hell, they don't know about borders and shit. The fuck. Fort Butang. Fort Butang. Give me Butang. Okay. Banksy, good to see you, man. What's happening? And Leech. Good to see you. Pamela Swan's in the house. Hi, babe. Good to see you here. Good to see everyone. Lots of love. Sheila, I think we're on a winning formula tonight, guys. Haven't we? Okay. Jazz hands. Jazz hands. No, don't jazz hands me, babies. Don't do that shit. Okay. I know. More troops. Lay down. Thick and fast. Like the British. I know. But if I do get any mouse problems, all I got to do is go... and he runs a fucker. But I wouldn't do that. I want to scare my mouse. I want to make friends with it. I want to give it love. I want to move it into my jumper. Oh, no, I couldn't have a mouse running around in my jumper, although it'd probably be nice. I don't know. See how it goes. We're working. We're building up to it. That's my son, Lawrence Leaker, and heir to the Leaker millions. Oh, Lawrence Leaker, my long-suffering son. There he is, somewhere. Well, anyway, hippie shakes. Linking him up. Cat in a box. What's next? Truth bites. Oh well, I'm gonna have a little ask you in community message what you think I should cook. I'm definitely doing a I was thinking I was gonna. Well, Hank the Wank's sitting over by there. I was thinking about doing a turkey dinner, but then it occurred to me that they probably spiked all the turkey. Because everybody's eating turkey. So it's like, oh, yeah, they definitely spiked the fucking turkey. So I'm not saying what they put in it. It might have, I don't know, gay bomb, something along those lines. I don't know what they do. But yeah, I think they've been touching up the turkey. So I'm not going to do that. So I think I'll stick with, I don't know. I will have a think about that. Thanks. I wanted to do a turkey. I've been fancying one, but I don't trust them. Mince pies, okay. I can't cook mince pies, Cat. Not from raw. You just buy a tin of. No, it's too much. Vegan? Oh no, Louise. I'd waste away and die in weeks if I went vegan. Fuck no, I can't. Oh, Nora. Spiked with what? Well, I've been thinking about it. I don't know. Whatever they put into foods, stuff to make you one of them. Yeah? You eat a turkey, by fucking January, you're dyeing your hair all different colours and you've put on about 6 stone and got tattoos. I don't even know. We are having lasagna. I cooked lasagna a couple of weeks ago and forgot the cheese. Lady Locks. I was so... Rocks. I was so into my talking thing. Unity. Prime rib. I fucking wish. This is Britain, bro. We don't do all... I wish. I love a prime rib. We don't do anything like that in Britain. I couldn't afford a fucking steak anyway. They're like, I don't even know what they are each now. Fucking 6-7 quid each. And the last time I had a steak, it didn't even taste like a steak. It was just, and I'm a brilliant cook, so I don't even know. I'm like the people's Gordon Ramsay. I'm like, ham's nice. I like gammon, pineapple with eggs, and I got these new free-range eggs. And they're white. They're pure white. I don't know what they've done with them. And they're about that big. How did they get them out of a chicken's fucking bum? I will never know. You telling me that they spit out eggs that big? A chicken? Oh, it's fucking beyond me, guys. I don't know how they does that. I don't know how chickens are fucking giving eggs. I don't know. Please don't eat any more turkeys. It is ruinous to the humanity. Renaissance Maria Austin. How many chickens, turkeys did they actually murder for Thanksgiving? Yeah. 380 million. How many Americans actually ate turkey? Well, let's say a couple of hundred. We'll say 200 million turkeys were killed for Thanksgiving. Where were they all from? You're telling me they got farms with 200 million turkeys? I think they're faking a lot of the stuff. They're faking foods in China. They're eating like not even real stuff. We have some eggs from Australia, bright yellow. I go for them golden yolkers. They are really nice. But no, they're chicken. They're big and white. They're new. They say they're new. I've never seen them. I've never had them. I had one this morning with fish cake, which was a cod parsley sauce mix fish cake, lovely thing, but on a salad. Maybe I should have posted that. That would have been fucking brilliant. With one of those eggs. And it was very, very tasty. And them eggs were just bloody. I love an egg. Finger pie. And what are you saying, Whisper Jack? What's the suggestion there? What you know about the pies? Yeah, all the pies. Yeah, all the pies. These are fat bastard. These are fat bastard. Yeah, all the pies. What's that? I've got a ribeye steak from Neil Powell in Chepstow for a tenner, mate. Best I ever tasted. Chepstow's a bit of a way to go for me, my old China. But I tell you what, fucking last ribeye I had was in a Texas steakhouse. And fucking hell, it was... See what I mean? Every time I think about what you got over there, I get all like, we're in Britain and we haven't got stuff here. You got everything. We have nothing. Deviled eggs. No. Years ago when I was a kid, some of the boys used to go and stealing eggs for collecting them. One of my mates, Nobby's brother, did. He had a case full of them. I thought it was so cruel, man, taking birds' eggs. And they literally abandoned the rest as well. If you touched them, they know. So cruel. Yeah, people were really cruel back in the day. I couldn't stand cruelty like that. Just nothing pissed me off worse. Made me right nutter. Seen people doing things like that. I made a turkey. It was fine. The ham came out mushy. Didn't eat. I ate mushy ham. But yeah, I might go. I do turkey with bacon on it, but put in silver foil and a bit of Paxo, fucking stuffing. But I'm fucking hungry. I am fancying a turkey now. So yeah, any suggestions in my community page? Want me to? I don't know about this finger pie though. Sounds awesome. I can make pies. I done pastry my last one. I'm good with pastry. Did pasties. What's that, Nora? What? I ate a roast chicken just now. Oh, did you? I've been fancying chicken for ages, but I can't get it. Not real chicken. It's all added water in these supermarkets. That's why I was tempted to go Popeyes, because they got a Popeyes in town, and they says it's Louisiana chicken. I go in there and make them fucking prove it, and I would as well. So if you prove to me that's Louisiana chicken, you ship it over for Louisiana. I would, because I haven't had chicken in ages. I really want some. Last time I went in KFC, there was a big, massive fight in there. And there was all food on the floor, and I swore I would never go in a KFC again, and I haven't been since. Man sticks to my words. We are ooh, says David. We are ooh, David. We are very, very ooh. Are you feeling how ooh we are? You feeling how ooh we are? That's good. Michael Sayer. Yeah. Nico, not from Louisiana. Okay, it's not from Louisiana. It's like Mr. Welsh Egg. They sells Welsh eggs here, only ships them in from Ireland. So they're Welsh eggs, but they're from Ireland. So there's that. Ooh, roast lamb. I did roast lamb. My last cooking thing, I think. The one before last. I am a good cook. Yep. Never had no complaints about my cooking. The ladies love my cooking. I cook for them. Which I do, because I really love to cook for people. I cook for you all, but there's like 629 of you. I don't think I could get. I don't think I can manage. Soylent Green. Yeah, it is. It is. But I tell you what, Miles Phillips, that wouldn't stop me if I was hungry. Fuck no. It's whatever, innit? David Sanson, love you too, bro. Thank you so much. That was fun. So, ow! Sorry. 3rd-degree burn, don't matter. Sorry. I'm cooking now. How are you? My feet are quite cold. Got like cold toes. I think it's probably cold out. Hi, Matt. What's that ad? It's such a huge part of the awakenings. I know. I try my best. No. I have my, I could like be really disappointed about some aspects of the truth thing, but it's nothing to do with me anyway. It's because it's the nature of the beast, and I just keep things cool my end. Yeah. If that makes any sense. Yeah. Oh, Lord Tangy. Yeah. Not on my watch. Clumsy Marty. Yes. Omnimna. Maybe I said that wrong before. McNuggets, no one touch him, mate. It's blurm. That ain't even chicken. That's eyeballs and assholes. Everybody knows that. So, eyelashes and assholes. So, Martin's cooking. There it's linked up. Oh, lovely hippie shake. Thank you for that, Teresa, darling. JT, don't eat me. You'd be safe-ish. Cook the Welsh breakfast for us. All right, I'm going to do that, Kate, with black pudding. Do you know what black pudding is? Vegetarians, cover your ears. Pig's blood. It's fucking lush. If you put tomato sauce next to it, ketchup, it looks like blood. It's lovely. I'm only playing. I'm not really. This is British diet. If it wasn't for black pudding, I wouldn't be the man I was today. Da Vinci, I was talking about your work earlier. Nice one. Happy days. It is happy days. Monday, Tuesday, happy days. The thing is, right, is why not be epic? You got to try and be the best you can be, haven't you? You've got to be the best person you can try and be. You've got to be the best of you all the time, not just like now and again. And I don't like being lazy as well. I like to do shit constant because I got like basically a lot of energy, so I share it. It's enough for me. I share some of my energy out with you. So yeah, human meat, oh whatever, it doesn't matter anyway. They're doing it. The food's got the shit in an handbag. My currant ginger, lemon, and garlic and oregano herb. Strong my eyes, so strong my eyes were watering, but it did the trick. I has turmeric, oregano, ginger shots like all the time. I love them, and yeah, definitely ginger. Fucking hell, it's brilliant. Oregano, turmeric is on there. No, turmeric is like a super drug as well, isn't it? Brilliant. Oh yeah, so I don't know if our lovely Jess is in the chat, but Jess got me some hard drives, God love, for Crimbo. And I'm going to be loading them up, and I've been working on them. I went through a load of my images, getting rid of anything that might not be good to keep it all just the juice. And I've got over 100,000 images and 10,000 books. The books, it's all of archaic stuff, my stuff, and every subject you can think of in this field, them books are on there. So 2 weeks away, and I'll give you a shout, and then you'll be able to get them. That'll be awesome. I could take a bit of time. I've got some decent ones that will take not a fucking eternity. So the last time trying to load them up, fuck me, weeks and weeks. The electric was fucking ridiculous. But these are high speed. Pew, there we go. Joan Marguerite. Margaret. It's a nice name, isn't it, Margaret? It's like Anne Margaret. Haggis. I like haggis, Nico. I don't have that in Wales, but it's a bit like faggots. We like faggots in Wales. They're tasty. I know you're confused in America right now. Faggots are a form of food made of pork and rusk. Very, very substantial. Brains faggots are dirt cheap. The best thing in the world is... What's your favorite thing in the world to do? If you could do it right now, what would it be? Your best thing in the world that you want to do? It's limited, isn't it? It's to do with chilling on a beach with your loved one, walking on the beach, playing with your kids and your pets on the beach, Shagging. That's a definite, isn't it? Someone's on the cards. Yeah, that's it. Death by Snoo. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? That's how I plan to go anyway. Can't say. It's difficult, isn't it, Nora? Yeah, if you used to make a wish, it's like I'm not going to wish for like millions because it wouldn't work out, right? Because it don't work like that. But wish for an answer. Get an answer for all of this. And break their bullshit matrix, and it all comes crumbling apart, and all the people will be free. But it looks like there's a bit too far gone for them, to be honest with you. They're not here, are they? Dead eyes. Dead eye gang. What was that? Oh, well, it's all through design, as I've explained to you. Walking naked. Yeah, I could do that. I was thinking of doing Christmas cooking in my underpants. Not in my. I haven't got any what are they called? White fronts. I don't know what they are. I haven't got any of them. See how it goes anyway. Do anything for views these days. YouTube's killing me. Don't like me at all. I wish for an emergency alert since it's their panic button. Oh, right. Don't eat hot chocolate and fuck. No, I am eating hot chocolate. I'm eating hot chocolate tonight. I'm having hot chocolate and fudge cake. I've got whipped cream and strawberries. Dusky. Well, I don't know. I'm confused about all that. What's that? Tighty whities? Yeah, something along those lines, Nicole, I was thinking. See how I get away with it. Be fun. And it'd probably be more best viewed. I'd probably even go viral on fucking YouTube, yeah? Be fucking brilliant. You know, you have like birds camping, yeah? And then they links up their OnlyFans and shit. You see them all the time. They're just laying about in tents doing sweet fuck all, yeah? I'd be like a cook version of that, yeah? See if I can actually get like, you know, sponsorship. Show more, Martin. Show more. Okay. I'm in training anyway. Trying to supple up. Might not do it anyway. I think I'm past all that anyway. Walking in the forest. I wonder if I can make a gatto. What happened to Cheryl? Cheryl's out with a friend at the moment. She's been out with me think tank all week. God love her. She's excellent at it as well, Laura. She's about. Sure. What happened to me and Cheryl? Nothing. She's my mate. 16 Alpha. I'm just staring at a screen. Oh, I'm going then. If you don't want to play no more. Astral traveling? No. Not doing that today. Just chilling out with my besties. Okay. People listen to all sorts of rumors. I don't even know why anyone even bothered with my personal life. It's about truth and that, isn't it? Swimming in salt filter pool. I have Epsom salt baths and that for my back because I've got like fucked up shoulder and back and side, killing me sitting here. I'm gonna go now. Actually, I'll lay down. Any chance psychedelics farms not too far for June? Okay, I can't do that. Okay, thank you, Mojo Shop. Thank you, Dusky. Thank you, Valerie, who's in the house as well. Good to see you, lovely. 600 of you still in the house. Make sure to like this video if you did. And the content of today, as you know, just give you a quick recap, was concerning separated at birth, manufactured materialism, separation experiments have been carried out in the past on chimpanzees. They all go to shit when they get their kids taken away from them, but women, they just have to put up. They go a bit nutty, but that comes later. Maybe postnatal depression. That's another thing the animal kingdom doesn't suffer with. I wonder when that started arriving, postnatal depression. Seems a really unusual thing. Like God is so flawed that he made mothers go nutty after they give birth. Okay, whatever. And it's not nutty, is it? It's just like they get really fucked off and don't want another kid. It's really strange. So I keep that thing away from me. But if denied that divine connection from your mother, separated from God who is within, obviously. That's what Jesus was telling us all along, wasn't he? Produces schizos. That explains a lot, actually, especially in my life. Okay. and druggy things and stuff. So there's Cheryl's channel there. You can check her out. Skinflint. Great show, mate. Thank you for that, Skinflint. Thank you, Bergman. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I love Flaterdays. Yeah, I'm going to come back this week with a cookie thing. I'm trying to think of something to cook, though. I'll have a think, and then I'll do one. Oh, okay. And go and say hi as well. Say, Martin, thank you. She won't be around for the moment. She was with a friend who's come visit. This is one of my favorite things in live chat watching, Martin. Is it, Russ? Right, Russ. Real. Thank you, mate. That's really awesome. Winner, chicken dinner. Is there anybody out there? Psychedelics Retreat, South Colorado. Let's get stoned, immaculate, and contemplate. That'd be the place to do it in Colorado. Anyway, I've done that. Or you just said all of that in Colorado. Oh, lovely evening. Yeah, I know. I got a warm, fuzzy feeling. Do you know what that is? That's love. That's love. That's our mutual love. We're doing a love thing right now. We're loving on one another. All of us. 600 of us. All our love in one place. Fucking hell. Hurtzenstrom. I've been to Tilburg. I know Tilburg well. Yeah, I've been all over Tilburg, Odense, Aalborg, Copenhagen. I've been all over. I'm in love with Howlung. Yeah. In fact, I wake up with them. I think they've like brainwashed me with their music. And I don't even speak fucking Danish, but I listen to them every day. And that Maria Franz, she's a proper witch. She is. Gonna have to have a word. Gonna have to have a word with her. Yeah. Nazis are real and sure. Oh, they're every bloody where, yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Can't do anything about that. How about a lobscouse stew? And Ben, I'm in Cardiff, mate. I don't think the scouse thing washes you, but I'll do a version of that. I do a nice stew. I call it an Irish stew. And I dedicate it to Nora, who's in chat now, from the Emerald Isle. Do you watch Billy Moore, Nora? Watch his last video. The Garda were terrible to him. Awfully rude, aren't they? Yeah, he was in Dublin having a walk around. Billy Moore's absolutely awesome. There's a man I really respect and I would love to talk to because of how much he just cares. So it's just a fucking beautiful human being, man. And he's been through hell. So my favorite song is Same Year, Arona. Oh my God, it gives me shivers. Every time I listen to Helen, I get shivers, and I don't get that. Mind you, I was listening to REM this morning, and I had a little shiver on, and a bit of an excess as well, to be honest with you. And I did have a bit with that. But Helen just rushes straight through me, man. Fucking beautiful. Best. I don't even know how they managed to put these arrangements together, but they are so clever. And oh my God, I've never experienced anything like them ever in music. Old Genesis, yeah, John, but like to me, like Peter Gabriel was Genesis, I'm afraid, and Peter Gabriel, he's just, I still listen to Peter Gabriel. He's a fucking genius. I love Peter Gabriel, by the way. I think he's awesome. I really do. Eleanor Smith, good risings to you, Flatty. I'm going to be going now in a minute, though, Eleanor. I know it's early for you, but it's late for me. REM, bad man. Yeah, I was listening to Monster, Pat's on. It's definitely a classic album. Nearly every track on there. There's one or two slowies, but fucking brilliant. Monster, REM. Brilliant album. Absolutely fantastic. So well produced. Yeah, REM were magical. I love the feel that I get with B-52s, though. No other band gives me that feeling. I get a weird feeling with them when I listen to them. Just really unbelievable. I never get that with any other band. That feeling. Billy Moore, how's it going? Yeah, Billy Moore is just a legendary man. Just fucking brilliant. Sorry, who am I? Am I? I thought you didn't know who you were then, Nora. I would tell you. You're you. Baby. Sledgehammer, brilliant. But he talks about so many flat earthy subjects. Yeah. Look at the video, Digging in the Dirt. He like literally comes out of a mud flood. Listen, so many of his videos are brilliant. But yeah, big time. I'm on my way. I'm making it. Big Kate Bush fan here, Joe. Big Kate Bush fan here. Listened to her yesterday. I had red shoes on. Lily. But it's unusual, like excuse me, that album she made shortly after the death of her father. So she put all of her pain into that album, which definitely comes out. But yeah, she's really talented. Ugh. King Crimson, not my thing. No. More your Zappa. You were either Beef Hat or Zappa when I was young. I was Zappa. Yeah. So you don't do Beef Hat. Of course I do Beef Hat, but Zappa's the best. Everyone knows that. Oh, yeah. In Your Eyes. Brilliant, Mel. Brilliant. Yeah, Peter Gabriel's ledge, man. Such a ascended being. I watched a film the other night called Stardust. It was shit, but it was about like when David Bowie's first tour to America. He turns up in like Houston in a fucking dress. Can you imagine the Texans when he turns up in a dress? Like, are you a homosexual? Are you a sexual deviant? We have to know before we let you in the country. He's like, no, I'm not either. No. So yeah, his tour went to shit. They wouldn't let him record. He didn't even have a visa, and he lied. So yeah, when he was there in America, if they'd have known that he was going to be one of the biggest stars in the world, you know, the next Dylan or something, they wouldn't have done that. But what a phenomenon, David Bowie. Fucking hell. He was so Tavistock produced. He went to the same school as Peter Gabriel. Funnily enough, Peter Gabriel, Phil Collins, and David Bowie, who's David Jones, went to this same elite school, private school in Scotland. Sting went there. And I know a lot of the others, like Mick Jagger, went to the London School of Economics. Why somebody at the London School of Economics ends up a rock fucking star? It makes a lot of sense because that's where they find them. They find them, creative content providers, in colleges' campuses, and they hog them. They get them while they're young. Try to get them to work for them. I'm sure Rolling Stones don't want to be prancing around the street of fucking 80-year-olds and want to be enjoying their music, their money. But no, The Man Who Fell to Earth is a banging film. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. So unusual. But he was just so unusual. He could never be himself. You know, his brother was mentally ill. David Bowie. He was in a mental institution, his brother, for years. And he suspected, because all of the women in his family went nutty, a bit like the women in my family, actually. And he thought that he might have mental illness. So as a result, to combat the black dog that was haunting him, as Winston Churchill called depression, he invented alternative characters like Aladdin Sane, Ziggy Stardust, Ashes to Ashes, and all them different personalities. He was never himself. He had to invent to escape the feeling that he was going to become insane. It's crazy. Interesting, very interesting man. Definitely an intellectual. You don't get too many intellects like him in the music industry at all. They're usually dense, you know. He's way smarter than John Lennon, way smarter than fucking Zimmerman. Definitely. Just that coke in it fucking scrambled his head a bit. In Casey Corson still alive. Kasem. I don't know who Casey Kasem is. Who's that? I know Robbie Robson of the band. He's dead, isn't he? I used to love Robbie Robson as a kid. I thought he looked so cool. Ali Bach. But he wasn't cool. He was actually on heroin. So there was that. Miles Phillips, Midnight Oil. Midnight Oil were awesome. Wasn't they from Australia? Yeah, they were good. Bowie was a big, they were all into Aleister Crowley, Black Rain Girl. I seen that Black Star last video he did. Yeah. They're all Crowleyists. They all do what thou wilt is their theology, isn't it? It's part of their thing. They all do it. The Beatles are the worst. They're very satanic, the Beatles. Listen to the words of Taste It by INXS. He talks about when he sold his soul to the music industry. He talks about all of these faces coming back and haunting him. I'm like, they all say the same story. Radiohead said that. They said they went to Radiohead, Black Keys said the same. They went to some masquerade ball. There seems to be, in the suggestion, loads of fucking things getting killed. And then they're really famous rock stars. Yeah, I think this deal they do is a little bit more that goes on, actually, guys. Is what I think, anyway. Especially with the Beatles. Of course, has there been anything like them since? As if fuck. And there never will be either. Completely manufactured, and they weren't even that fucking good. Musically, they were inept compared to, say, the Kinks. Kinks were much better musically. And many bands. The Moody Blues, much better. Yes, much better. Loads of bands were much better than the fucking shitty Beatles. Anyway, Mark Devlin is the best to see for any of that musical truth. I should ask Mark. He's a friend of mine. I've done loads of work with him. I even got him to do a gig for me once in Birmingham. I wonder if he'd come over and talk to me about it. I could ask him on Facebook. I don't do many interviews and that. But Mark would be awesome, actually. How are they Butchered Baby album cover, though? Oh, yeah, man. They got all like bacon and Butchered Baby. I know, what the fuck? There's another photograph was that as well, bro, when they're like literally doing like devil's horns. And there's another photo I got as well with all of the Beatles with upside down crosses, like they fucking don't know. It's all connected with Rosemary's Baby. It's all connected with Charles Manson. It's all connected with that. Elvis is still alive. Yeah. Yes. There's a man who works down my chip shop, swears he's Elvis. David Bowie's still alive. I would say so, yeah. According to them, they live, Russian vids. There was like a guy who was a mate of his, comes on like Sky Television the day after talking about Bowie, who was a double of Bowie. Right, it was him. Royal Tangy, and they would do that. Yeah, it was they hired them people, Loyal Tangy, at the airport. When they arrived in JFK, they were all like them screaming girls. They were paid for. They were hired. And they do that. Hire a screaming crowd. Yeah, it was fucking stupid. Anyway, we can't even use the music. And it wasn't even that good. Gershwin, yeah, that was a bit better. Rhapsody in Blue. Anyway, bit of Gershwin. But I think they only got X amount of musical scores, and I think that they won't, they just rip them off over and over again. I can hear bits of tracks in every track. It's like they've only got one fucking track or something. It's really weird. Yeah, Jim Morrison I still listen to. No, I'm not listening to any of Nirvana. Kurt Cobain's such a tit, and he's horrible to women. Took drugs like fucking all that. Ugh, no respect for a man like him. Kill the Hive Mind. Yeah, it's ridiculous, them screaming girls. I know. So, nearly 600. You haven't gone anywhere. I haven't done anything for the last half hour. All I've done is just talk stuff. But we all like a bit of musical truth, don't we? Wish I was musically talented. Can't do fucking anything. Annie Lennox was brilliant, wasn't she? I think she was a dude. I think she had a Tom Todger. Although she did have kids, but they have kids. If you look at the video of Sweet Dreams, she looks like a dude, yeah. And Dave, her cohort in Eurythmics, I heard him on an interview. I think it was for Rolling Stones, and asked him how he was so amazing and coming out with all this inventive music. And he said that he was LSD, took it every day. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, apparently that's where he got it all from. Yeah, but don't wake up with a horse's head in your bed. That's how Sinatra got the movie role for Gone with the Wind, which was not Gone with the Wind. From Here to Eternity, Burt Lancaster. I tell you what, that's one of the best films ever made, that is. When they beats him, the Sergeant Major beats Frank Sinatra to death and he dies. When I was a kid, I cried my fucking eyes out. But mind you, I cried my eyes out when Frank Sinatra got killed on Von Ryan's Express. And that's not even an emotional film. But yeah, who hates to see Frank Sinatra killed in movies? Yeah. On the Town was good, wasn't it? I used to love On the Town. New York, New York. Three Sailors when it turned up. Sid Charisse, she should have gone out with Frank Sinatra. But he went out with the taxi driver, Birds. She was lovely, though. Can't remember her name. Connie. Anyway, brilliant film. I used to love the old musicals, me. New York, New York, what a wonderful town. Sweet dreams are made of this. Yeah, they pull apart the globe. She points at the globe in there and she says, like, sweet dreams are made of this, meaning like, yeah, what a total load of bullshit. Gold Gandalf's playing in near Wales in Chepstow in a few months. He's brought I think it's 40 years of Fucking Boomtown Rats. I seen Boomtown Rats in Glastonbury, mind. Seen them. Seen him before he done Live Aid and all of that. Smelly cunt. Anyway. Sheila Lewis. Lack of adrenochrome due to Susie Fox. Hi, babe. Good to see you again. She's been here for years, that's Susie. We love Susie in our club. Okay. Brigadoon. Oh, yeah. Fucking hell. Love Brigadoon. Gene Kelly, though. Oh, my God. How did he dance like that, Gene Kelly? Fucking unreal. And he wasn't even gay, Gene Kelly. You know, all the male dancers probably weren't. I think with the female dancers, though, like Ginger and all of them, I think they had to, like, A, not have relationships with men. And I think they had to take no drugs unless they were given to by them. And then they stay in a skyscraper ruled by Howard Hawks, apparently. Yes, seriously, this was what was going on with the leading ladies of Hollywood. They were all in gilded cages and kept like slaves, according to Rita Hayworth. She said that's what was going on. A few of them got away from it. You know, people of powerful personalities like Ingrid Bergman. She broke away from that thing. And Katharine Hepburn, because nobody keep her down. She was a fucking nightmare, wasn't she? Who'd fuck with Katharine Hepburn? She beat you up. She's brilliant. She was. Audrey Hepburn was beautiful. I always used to really like Audrey Hepburn. I used to have a fantasy about Audrey Hepburn, bumping into her when she looked like that one in Breakfast at Tiffany's. Oh, she's so beautiful. Anyway, still prefer Natalie Wood, though, the wood that don't float. Do I like Poncho Pete? I am sub to Poncho since recently, but every time I go on there, he goes on about trannies constantly. It's like, he's a fully grown man. You think he'd be thinking about other things other than men with dicks. It's like a one-track mind. Maybe just, I don't know, maybe he likes all of that. So, but it's not for me. I don't mind talking about it now and again, but not as a lifestyle. But yeah, I don't really tune in once or in a blue moon, and he's just going on about everyone is a dude. Everyone. There's no more women anymore. All right, I get Sandra got bollocks. But the rest, I think some are women. Yeah. My father's cousin was Sid Charisse. Fuck off. Really, Missy. Oh, my God, her legs. Sid Charisse was beyond beautiful. She's famous for her legs, wasn't she? Anyone heard Funky Prepper arrested? Yes, we know. Funky Prepper arrested for 30 words. Yes, apparently. I hope we don't get into serious trouble. If you are there, Dad, sending you love. Okay, bro? Yeah, with you. Metaphorically, not physically. You know what I mean, bro? It's hard work, truth, innit? Audrey Hepburn has Adam's apple, Martin. Fuck no. Sorry to burst your bubble, mate. Audrey Hepburn is not a bleeding dude. She's a little feminine female. How's Audrey Hepburn a fucking dude? She's not a dude. She's a little woman. I don't think so. You're ruining my head. All the things I used to love. I used to watch Top of the Pops. Yeah? Jimmy Savile used to introduce it. Yeah, honest to God, guys. We used to quote Jimmy Savile. Yeah, in British culture. We don't do that anymore, though. As well, that then. That would be a really bad thing to say. Yeah? Click every trip. That would be really bad as well. What's that? Can't wait for Jay-Z to get arrested. He's not got arrested? I don't even know. I think they're all absconding justice, aren't they? So what crimes have they done? It's like I thought he was like into gay orgies and stuff. Is that not permissible in America? Maybe it's just the wrong state or something. I thought in America land they all did things like that, especially in New York. I don't know. I sometimes wonder. I wondered about not with Jimmy. I think he's definitely a fucker, but with other people. Michael Jackson. Okay, he's supposed to be a paedophile, wasn't he? But where are we hearing it from? The gutter press. And they definitely do like, you know, we're going to fucking ruin you and say all this. So there's an aspect of, oh, hang on a minute, where are we reading this? It's only the press. We've got any evidence? I don't know. So it could be just like the press just from orders from above doing this to some of these people. I'm not saying did he? I'm just saying in some of these cases, it might be the other way. Like in Michael Jackson's case, he said like, all history's a lie. 2 days later or 3 days later, he's dead as a fucking dodo, apparently. Because he was doing truth and stuff. He was talking about, and Prince, the same, he goes missing and he's talking about chemtrails over LA and everyone beating on one another after they appear. He's talking about all of these controversial, truthy subjects, and then he's no longer with us. And I'm just saying that I think in a lot of cases that they're told what to say, got to control the opposition sort of thing. And then their contracts are over so they can go off to Club Tropicana where the drinks are free. And if they don't maybe go with that program, maybe they ruin them by saying and calling them pedos and ruining them in the press. Like, I'm just saying that might be the case. Who are we believing? It's we got a two-tier judgment on newspapers. I thought all the newspapers were just talking bollocks. Propaganda, isn't it? It's mind control, isn't it? So I don't know what to believe about any of it, and I will say in the case of Michael Jackson, I don't think that guy was like that. I'm no expert, but I just never got that buzz. I thought he was a loving, beautiful human being, is what I thought. How wrong? I don't know. So many of them, like a friend of mine, Deb, she come for a bio reading. She met Gary Glitter on a holiday camp in the Caribbean. And he said that he was a truther. And he said that he got fitted up by the establishment because he was going to buy some land in the Caribbean, something to do with Coca-Cola. And they did it. He said that they did it. They paid for him to be ruined by the media and all that. So true? I don't know. My friend Debbie said that was true. But you get like anything to do with these people and you're like, oh, yeah, fucking instant default because the newspaper said they're pedos. I'm just saying, hold your reservation. I need proof me for any of it. Yeah, I do. So there's that. And then it's MK Ultra victims, but there's another thing it does as well, Rob, apart from the MK Ultra victims, is if they keep talking about things like Epstein Island and all of that, it gets millions and millions of people thinking about that shit. That's not something you would normally think. You wouldn't sit in your chair thinking about, is it? And if you were sitting in your chair thinking about that shit, then there's something seriously fucking wrong with you. So that's what the agenda is, isn't it? Is they just pull out these agendas, say what they're really, what they've done, these terrible people, with no evidence really. They just say, oh, like there's been hundreds of victims come forward. All right. You don't see any of it, just words again on the internet. But it gets a load of people thinking about these terrible subjects like that, doesn't it? Which you wouldn't ordinarily think. And blokes, believe you me, blokes wouldn't go there, wouldn't think about that. A lot more. I notice a lot more. If men are thinking about it, there's something going on with them. Yeah, there really is. That's what I think. So there's that. So there's another agenda to get at us. It's insidious vibes, and it's clear to me. So all MK Ultra, all mind control, getting where your attention goes, your energy flows. And I would never put my energy in that fucking direction, thinking any of that shit. But that's what they want a lot of people thinking. And the adverts are doing exactly the same. This new paradigm of we got to be more accepting of crazy town. Fuck, it's going to be difficult. But I won't be here long enough to actually fucking care about it. So there's that. Lucinda Sky, good to see you. John Jones, well, Mike have been talking for 10th of Never, and there's still fucking 500 of you here. It's brilliant. All hail, don't know what that is. Hip hop royalty, don't like hip hop. John Jones, don't like hip hop or rap or any of that culture because it's not godly. It's not spiritual, godly music. It's not. It's all about materialism. It's all about gain. And it's talking about, like, they says that M word. Yeah. And they know it's okay for people in Britain. Well, you say that in Britain, that's death words. We don't do that shit. Yeah. That's really weird. But they say it in like songs and that. So fucking hell. Sorry. Oh, I don't know if he's a woman. Michael Jackson. No, he's got dick. Yeah, he got dick. And don't know if Michael Jackson. I don't think they switcheroonied the Jackson 6. I know what you're saying. It's a Jackson 5, but I think you'll find it was 6. It's a Mandela effect. There was another one. They shit him out. Yeah, really evil. See, and they pay for people to get bumped off as well. I'm thinking YouTube are going like a mafia, and this AI algorithm that they got working for them. They had a new one put in. Apparently, it's super smart, super intelligent from this week. Just started. And I've noticed the difference already. Things are really strange with it. If you're a content provider, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It's insidious, and it is evil. Fucking AI is mental. So there's that. And it doesn't like us, tells lies. Could fit you up. It could fit you fucking up. It could set you up. AI could set you up. So it's dodgy. It's really dodgy. But whatever. Man from stream. Yeah, I've been talking for 3 hours. Past 7, past 8, past 9, past 10. 3.5 fucking hours. I gotta go, guys. Okay, lovely to spend time with you. Brian Harvey paid for the truck to save elephants in Africa. He's cool. He's also made a post this week, Brian, saying he's packing it in. He's not doing it anymore. He gets a lot of heat off the establishment, Brian Harvey. Off of E17, you know Brian Harvey? He's cool. Yeah, he was part of the establishment, but he's called them out for all the weirdness that went on in them parties. They had him on fucking drugs, getting him up, all of that they were trying to do. He just blew the top off it. And because of the result, he gets police banging on his door every time he cranks up and stuff. He did ask to see the Prime Minister, or he'll kill himself, though. It was a bit much, but, you know, that was Cameron back in the day. Yeah, I'm still on a strike. I'm on a strike on this channel for the next 2 months. Apparently, a statue is being regarded as sexual content. So if I did get kicked off YouTube for a statue as sexual content, that would be really bad. And my other channel is on a 3-month strike, Nectar channel, for nudity and sexual content. So there's that. He was a dude. Police took pictures when he got lifted. I think he's a dude. Anyway, I'm not even caring anymore. It's not up to me. People can do what the fuck they want, as long as they're not hurting anyone. I got hiccups now. Bollocks. Well, Rowan Atkinson, let me talk about him a minute. So he comes out good lately, doesn't he? Talks about the British government and all that. As soon as he did it, I thought, oh yeah, here we go. Paid opposition. Guess what? He's just got a contract. They're making the next Johnny English 4. No fucking shit. I noticed any one of them that do the government agendas in the place of like truthing, what they call. They got a few of them, haven't they, put in place? That fucking historian Scottish fucker, Oliver, is driving me nuts. All he keeps doing, and he's going viral every video, is, oh, be scared, warning, alert, everything. It seems to be a 2-tier thing. I noticed Funky Prepper is being nicked for hurty words. There's other people like the comic Lawrence, who can seemingly, because it's in the realm of comedy skits, say what the fuck he wants. And he said a lot more than what Funky Prepper said, let me tell you. So that's weird. Also, Jeff Taylor, he seems to be able to say what the fuck he wants. No problemo whatsoever. There's loads of them on YouTube. I could pull off a dozen names of the 2-tier YouTube, where there's their people that can say what the fuck they want, and there's the other of us are in a really perilous situation right now on YouTube. There's that. So I don't know how long I'm going to last on you. Just try and hold on. But they're stamping on me. Every week just gets worse and worse. It's been 10 fucking years now, guys. 10 fucking years of this effort. I'm beyond disappointed. Left that, well, maybe it's 5 years ago now. I've gone to another realm. Alexa can... Oh. Yeah, Linda. I know. It's a shit show. Thanks, Erno. Thanks, Erno, bruv. Wiggly flat thumbs. Love to Holland. Love to everybody in anywhere in the world where you are. Have a great evening, whatever you're doing. I'm going to go and have a nice cup of tea. The age of oven trains was a boom period. So, and adult was 13. Well, they did give birth early and they did have bigger families. But if you extrapolate how many parents for, 30,000 you know, on some of these deliveries of trains, we're talking hundreds of thousands of parents, and there's nothing in the record to say what happened to them. So I'm just presuming that they never had any. Well, I don't intend to, Vibes, but it's not up to me. Fucking no. Yeah, I do, Nora. I'll fucking toss her. He's been doing my head in for a long while, actually. I used to like him when he was on Coast. I used to watch Coast. I used to love it. It's really good. But since he's been working for the government, doing their scare shit, he's been doing my head in. There's a few of them, though, isn't there? If anybody's doing any negative intent and they're not going and kicked off fucking YouTube, you got to ask fucking questions, okay, guys? It's like, how come others, like Funky Prep, are guessing the shit? Yeah, and others just say what the fuck they want. John Gleason, good to see you. Most of us are aware of the shills by now, but yeah, it's the Truther movement. So obviously, it was going to be, you know, people trying to infiltrate the shit, which you do. But I keep a nice tight ship here, guys. Okay. Don't want any dishonesty or any corrupt thinking in my manner. Thank you very much. We don't do that. We're a bit more classy and civilized around here. Are you only on YouTube? I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I got quite a few people on them. I'm on Twitter, X. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Pinterest and other stuff. Reddit. I'm on loads of things. I've even got a Flat Earth British Telegram group, 2 of them, but I gave it up because I didn't want to spend all my time just dealing with trolls. And I've also got a Discord server, and I went on it about a year ago. We were still up and running and still people talking in Flat Earth British server. And I've only been in there once, which is fascinating. I could stay away from Discord if I were you. It's named it for a reason, you know. Anyway, my head's going numb now from talking. What about, I don't know who John Campbell is, Neil. I have never heard of him. I know Tom Campbell. I've had him on here on my channel. He's going on a big show soon, I've heard, on the grapevine. What's your link on Facebook? Martin Matsons. Now, there's a reason I put that. That's my family name, but Martin Liedke Facebook, because you can't delete him. It was full of like school friends and stuff. And just, I was having shit off like globe believers and stuff about flat earth. And I was like, I'm dumping this Facebook and starting over. So there's that. So Martin Matsons, 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 Martin Matsons in Facebook. It's got many people on there. I post on it all the time. And regularly on Pinterest, every video. No, I don't want to go run, but I don't want to start all over again. You don't understand. I'm running out of years, guys. I've fucking just been doing this for 10 years. I'm approaching 60. I can't just do this till I'm 70. Do you see? It just took me 10 years to get 6,000 subscribers, guys. I did have a lot more before my channel got taken out, and I had to start from 0, like snakes and ladders, all over again. And I lost a lot of fucking subscribers. So there's that. So is the nature of the beast. I gotta go. Discord's bollocks. I can't be bothered with any of it. I'm not in the frame of mind that I want to sit in groups talking about stuff. It just doesn't suit me anyway. It's not my thing. I did that in the first days of Truth, and I found I wasn't doing content. I was talking on fucking Skype all the time, wasting my fucking life till 4 a.m, talking bollocks. And usually people are talking, if they're talking about other people. That's what I find. So I don't do that. So there's that. Drama llamas. Yeah, hit that like button. Be lovely, beautiful people, and subscribe if you haven't. That would be really groovy. But do like this video if you liked it. Thank you for being here. I gotta go. My head's going numb. Okay. Anywhere from the Midlands? No, James. I'm down south, but I'm up there quite a bit in Birmingham land. I'm there really all the time, and I will be again soon, I guess. I usually am. I'm tired. Stay epic. I will be back this week doing a cook, doing Truth Bites, and Christmas is coming. I think it's only like 10 days away to Christmas Eve. So I'll do a Christmas bash, okay? It'd be great. We'll have fun. Cook something and we'll have a good hangout. And Flaterday, which is coming. Okay? Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, all you people, for your awesome chat and being so much fun in the chat feed. Thank you, Marianne. Thank you, Dallas, my bro. You were hitting 100 until Jason. Oh, what's about sticking up for your own countrymen or your own statemen? Dallas Fowler. Anyone from? Oh, I read that. Okay, I gotta go. All right, stay epic. Love you all.